This week's episode of the Inside Running Podcast is proudly brought to you by CD Joinery Bluff to Boat Ramp Fun Run. Come visit the stunning northwest coast of Tasmania and plan your ultimate runcation today. It's just 90 minutes from world-famous Cradle Mountain. Indulge in amazing local food and take on the Bluff to Boat Ramp Run and race some of Australia's fastest. You can recover in style with a one-of-a-kind post-race sauna at Savu Saunas. Tasmania is calling. Will you answer? Enter today at blufftoboatramp.com.
Child, that your skin can bring you so much pain. Now I hear you say you got the best of both ways. Won't you come and take a walk in my shoes and tell me if you take my place?
Welcome to episode number 423. A massive thank you for being with us for another week. We got a big show. I know I say that most weeks, but we get to talk about an Australian marathon record this show. We've got some news out of the US as well. They had their cross-country trials. We've got some news out of New Zealand, some whispers, some moose on the loose to do, listener question, and also Zatopek's coming up. So we might do a bit of form guide leading into the National 10,000 metre championships. Welcome to my co-host, everyone's favourite uncle in the running scene, Uncle Croaks. How are you going this week?
Not too bad, Brady. You forgot there's going to be a bit of twin talk, I reckon, as well.
Well, I wanted to ease into that, Croaks. I think people weren't aware that Moose is here this week. We wanted to give him a few weeks off, but so much stuff happened in the running world over the last 7 days that it's like we need the dream team. We need the OG3 for a big show like this. A massive congratulations to Julian and Bri on the arrival of their twins last Monday night. And Moose, you are with us.
Yeah, yep, I'm here. Twins, boys arrived while you were recording last week. So the birth times, Albie got pulled out at 8:42 and Finbar got pulled out next at 8:44. So I had my phone on Do Not Disturb, otherwise I would have copped a peppering of your internal messages during the birth. Didn't need that at the time. But yeah, pretty funny because I thought we were a shoo-in for that show. I had no troubles booking the spot for the night. I'm like, yep, we're fine again. But yeah, Bri, she'd been having some back pain during the day and then had some like light cramp, not light cramping, but like nothing crazy. So we just went in and it turned out she was sort of going into labor, which is not exactly what we wanted because she was still 35 and 4 days. And we had an emergency. We had a planned Caesar that was never actually booked in for us for this week anyway. So they just said, well, emergency Caesar. But from the time we got there to when she had the actual surgery and she gave birth, it was so quick. It was such a crazy fast turnaround that it all just happened. And yeah, you just got two kids come out in a matter of no time.
Stressful quick. Like Carly's had 2 seizures, but they were planned ones. And like we went through, especially the second time because you've already done it once, but like an emergency one, everything happens a bit quicker.
Yeah. And we haven't been through that process before. And because it's an emergency, you're not getting a planned team with you. You're getting whoever's working on that evening. And it's a team, and because there's 2 babies, there's double the amount of people in the room. So there's a whole team for one baby, and there's a whole team for another baby. So it's crowded in the room, a lot more crowded than when she had Pia and she gave like naturally. It went for ages, and it was so drawn out, like 10, 12 hours of labor versus you're in there. And she had a bit of a freak out because she's very scared of needles. So she was like not very relaxed. And then all of a sudden she's in the recovery room and the babies, they came out fine. They're just real small. Their lungs weren't strong enough to sort of handle breathing on their own properly. So they got them on air or oxygen straight away. And a little bit, it's a little weird to have the baby kind of just like wheeled past you straight off to the care unit without really getting to see them or hold them or anything. But they're in good hands. The hospital is full of people that do very good work at their own job. It's a great example of people staying in their own lane and having a role and just nailing it. I like watching it. It's good.
Gives you so much confidence, doesn't it, when you're there? Like, and I think we speak about this every time one of our wives has a baby on this show. You're just like, how good are they? Imagine that doing it for their job, like the medical system, how calm they are. Yeah, that's great. That's so good to hear. So your life's changed. The twins are still in hospital.
Yeah, so they're in what they call the special care nursery at Geelong Hospital, which is where the babies that can't, like, either that aren't ready to go home yet. So most of the time it's premature babies. Well, I think it's nearly always premature. So they're actually progressing really well. So it's 7 days now. They've come off oxygen, then they came off their air. They've come off an IV. They've come out of I think they call them isolators, which is like this little bubble with portholes where you reach in and change their nappies, and that inside a porthole, just to keep them warm. And they went from that to a heated mattress cot, and then one of them's just in an open cot now. The other one is small. Finbar is tiny. I think he weighed today at like 1.8 kilograms, but he's not quite big enough to get away from the heat yet. So he's next to his brother, but on a heated mattress still. And they still get fed with gastric tubes because they're not quite strong enough to suck feed to get their milk. So Bri will feed them both at the same time, which is a pretty cool sight. Like one twin on each boob. It's like I'm still intrigued by it. I see it happening. And I'm like, that is crazy. Never seen that before in my life. Hadn't really thought about how it would work until it happened. And then they just fall asleep, and they fall asleep so fast. It's not. You're not getting like a 40-week-old monster, which is what I've been looking at. Other babies coming out like, geez, look at these big things that just like have pre-programmed sucking in them. They're just going for it.
So is it weeks, Moose? Like how long till you reckon you'll be able to bring them home?
Well, we're not exactly sure. They're pretty cautious about telling us those things, like just not to get our hopes up. I really hope it's before Christmas Day. Like that's kind of what we have talked about. Like it'd be great to have them for Christmas Day, but it's like a perspective thing. Puts everything really in perspective, because we were like over the moon when they got their mask off. You're like, oh, I can see the baby, and now we can like interact with him a little better. And it felt like such a big jump, and it felt really great to have that. And then all of a sudden that IV comes out, so you can just handle them better. So because we're not really comparing them to healthy babies, that then every little step feels like this really big win for us. And like now, this when they feed without a gastric tube, that's like when they come home, and they have to hit weight minimums. So we need them to grow a bit, and then we also need them to be able to feed for every feed through suck feeding, which is bottle or boob feeding, rather than any type of gastric tubing.
And you're at the hospital every day, because it's a fair trek, isn't it, from your place into the hospital? And obviously, like Bri can't like drive or anything like that.
Yep. So that is a bit annoying, is that we go in each morning because Bri tries to get there for the second feed of the day, because they feed every 3 hours. But we also have Pia, so we need to get her ready. We can't just go in like at any time because she can't just drive in. There needs to be one of us here with Pia. So it's about 55, 60 minutes from home to when we get into hospital. And we just do that each morning, spend about 6 hours in there, drive home, pick up Pia normally from my mum's, or Ali's had her for a day. Bree's mum's had her. So that's the routine right now. So we actually have like nights aren't any different, except you just haven't done anything for the day. So there's like a lot of shit you need to do. I imagine it's like what a really busy person would like a busy person's life.
How strange was it? And I think like this would affect Bri massively as well. Like that first time you drove away from the hospital and the twins stayed there, like that would be, I cannot imagine what that would feel like.
Yeah, I think it did affect her more than me, because there's obviously a mother's bond, because
Bond, yeah.
she's had them in her uh, in the womb for like 9 months. Well, not quite 9, but so she's sort of bonded probably with them a little more. For me, they're just in such good hands that it's just the best place for them. So I'm pretty like logical thinker.
Strip it back.
Yeah.
Black and white, yeah.
That's where they need to be. So there's no real option. But each day we're in there, we're like trying to suck some information about when they might be ready. And yeah, the midwives, they're very non-committal on that stuff, because I think you can make really quick jumps, but then you can also have big plateaus. But they don't want them there. Like they want them home. The midwives don't want them to live in this little unit.
And last one for me, like this is normal for twins too, yeah? Like this is very common practice.
It's pretty common, yeah. It's rare that twins go past 37 weeks. Well, that's what they said anyway. The position of them was that one was very far down, ready to go, and the other one was breech, and that turns into a complicated delivery. And then the one that was the small one got to about 25% smaller than the bigger one, which means that's like a threshold where they go, okay, it's becoming too risky now. We need to get them out. So that's why they come out. That's why they were planned to come out much earlier anyway. But yeah, there's another set of twins in there at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it affected your running week? How are you thinking about running? Take us through a week.
Well, I actually ran every day. So on the Monday, I ran because we didn't know it was happening. So I just went out for a jog in the morning, and I kind of planned to run that afternoon. And I even had this bag kind of packed to go to the hospital. And I'm thinking, should I put running shoes in there? I'm like, just in case Bri might sit in this room for 4 hours. I can get out for 30 minutes, whatever. It's no big deal. But it didn't happen like that. It didn't happen at all. Monday night. So I ran in the morning on Tuesday. And what I do, 6K. Then I got out. That night we were there till pretty late. I think I got home about 1 a.m. So got a little bit of sleep. Then I just got out for a jog in the morning, pretty much just a dog walk. Had to get him out because he goes somewhere else every day at the moment. And then Wednesday again, just a bit longer of a jog. I actually got home. Bri came home Wednesday from the hospital. And so we came home in the afternoon, and it was pretty warm. So I decided, I might try to do a little workout like while I get a chance. I was going to run out 30 minutes and then run hard an hour back. But I got to about probably 20 minutes running out, and I just had so much fatigue and stress. I was just overwhelmed with fatigue while I was out there, and I thought I was going to have to call Bri, ask her to come get me, but she couldn't, so I had to run home. So that's how tired I was. So I jogged home, and that felt like a workout for me. Then the next day, went into the hospital, and I just thought I'll get out for an hour while I can. This was quite a warm day, it was that really hot northerly day. I got out in the middle of the day too, so at 1:45, so it's pretty warm and windy, and I got out in super shoes, so I just jogged to the Eastern Gardens and did 3 by 1 lap of the Gardens, which is about 2.2k, and I did it to threshold, but it was pretty obvious I was going over threshold each lap, which could have been due to fatigue, heat, wind. It's whatever. It's pretty like a lot of factors that made this slower than what it would normally be. But I didn't really care, to be honest. I just wanted to get an effort in. So one lap was 3:35, then 3:32, and then the last lap was 3:37. Then just jogged back to the hospital. Yeah, just another jog the next morning. And I went to Saturday morning. I got up and went to the footy club. Just thought I'll get some. I'm basically giving myself 45 minutes to an hour a day of running time, because we can do that logistically. We can get it done. And so I thought I'll go up to the footy club, just run some faster stuff. So the footy oval's a little bigger than 400, I think, but I would run from one goalpost to the other. That was what I would call 200. And then a full lap was what I was calling 400. So I did deep quarters just on the oval. So 8 by 400 on with 200 kind of joggy floaty. And yeah, pretty average session this. Like the footy oval sucks. Running on grass, unless you're on a good grass oval, running on footy ovals is hard work. It's just so much slower. And there's like tufts of grass, so you can hit the deck, but you're landing uneven. And when you're if you're running, like, let's say I was running 19.5k an hour, and you're landing on tufts of grass, and it's not like Stromlo.
If you have to look down at your feet, that's tough work.
Yeah.
Like Croaks, no one was looking at their feet at Stromlo, were they? Like you just had confidence every time you put your foot down?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit like my one as well, Moose. You're like, you just got to keep an eye on where you're putting your feet, and that's got to cost you time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, it's hard to get a good feel for how hard you're running, like the pace you're running.
And you don't know how far you run. You know what I mean? Like it's not measured on a footy oval. You're going from goalpost to goalpost. Like there's no atmosphere there.
I actually didn't even look at any of my splits. Well, I was looking at the splits, but it was goalpost to goalpost, so it didn't have any relevance to me. So it was like 430 meters, 312, 38, 38, 37, 31, 31, 257, 302. And floats were like floats are all right. 3:45 to 4 minute sort of pace. I'll do that again, I reckon, if I have to. And then next morning I did a long run, but I started at 6:30 when the group starts at 7:30, because all I have to do, I just have to get home to drive Bri in. So I went out for an hour. I got to a point out in this loop where I sort of got lost. And not lost, but I was just like, oh shit, I'm way further away from the car than I wanted to be, and I need to get back in 35 minutes before the group starts. And I actually somehow did. I got it in the end. I was fine, but that hour to start with is pretty nice actually. Get a bit of time by yourself. It's 6 a.m. It's pure like daylight here. Know what it's like up there, but you can get out at 6, not a problem anymore.
It's great when you're trying to get the kids to sleep in. My kids are up at like 5:45. It's like full sun. You're like, go back to bed.
Same issue trying to get them to sleep at night.
I know, now. And then at night time, it's not like they go to bed early either.
100%. We're learning that for the first time this year. I was looking up from Pia's room last night. I'm going, how is there so much like light coming in here? We just got new curtains and they don't like cover the window. This is terrible stuff. But yeah, that was 26k. So I think I did 80 odd for the week, and which is pretty good, I think, for birth week. 80 odd. it was my heart rate. What I learned was that stress, emotional stress, it can't really be calculated, but it has an effect on your running. Yeah. It's just such a drainer of energy. Yeah, because I was feeling good. Like I would get to points where I'd think I'm going to do a workout and it's going to be good today, and then you like get a few 100 meters in and you're like, oh, this is not good today.
Yeah. This will be, once there's 5 people in the house though, that will be a bit harder to get out.
Yeah. This is like
it's a nice little transition stage for you.
Calm before the storm.
Move the dog, move Pia around, bit of organisation, and just to get a taste of it.
Yeah. Yeah. This is actually pretty easy right now. It's just tiring.
Your Strava's going to do the opposite. Like, maybe it should like build up slowly. When the kids come, like if it was the kids were straight home, but yeah, I feel like it's still going to be up and then just going to drop off.
I know.
Which is okay.
The good thing is that they sleep so much, like, because they're so small, is that they're just, like, they're sleeping 23 and a half hours a day. So they just get woken up, they feed, and they actually, at the moment, they're feeding while they're asleep, like with it. So I think it'll be okay at the very start, and then it will get progressively worse as they start to get bigger and they start to be awake more often.
Yeah, beautiful stage though. Like, yeah, it's pretty special.
It is
special stuff.
It's makes.
Who would have thought we'd have a set of twins on this show, Croaks?
I was just
when we started back in 2017, we're gonna have a set of twins.
Well, I was thinking the first 10 minutes when Moose was explaining the whole thing, I'm like, imagine Moose sitting through this talk back in 2018, pre him being a dad.
I feel about
been like, boys, stop. This is a running podcast. Get off.
A few of our listeners in their early 20s have skipped the first 12 minutes. They've looked at the chapters to see what topics are being spoken about, and they've jumped straight to about here.
You don't need to know that stuff when you're that young. It'd be helpful. It would be helpful. I think it's good to know, but you don't need to know it. You don't need to.
Have you boys ever thought as well, because it's documented, we've been on the show, like your kids may one day listen to that 15, the twins will have access to listen to that 15-minute chat we've just had about the day they were born, which is pretty cool.
I've thought about it. I've actually thought about it a fair bit. I'm going to go back, one day I'm going to go back and get you to cut out like lots of stuff, just because I don't want Peter to hear anything that I've said.
Or delete it.
Yeah, like you're going to go in, open the file up, delete the thing I said, put it back in.
That's a big job.
That's a huge job.
Yeah. It's a big
job. What have we said about Pia?
No, not just about Pia, just about like some bad takes.
Moose is just realising that he's looked like a dick for the last 8 years.
Probably a few times that we went too far. Croaks, you'd be the same. You've been a bit harsh. You were harsh to Seth O'Donnell the other day when I was listening. Listened back to one, and I was like, oh, Croaks. Give Setho a break. He's doing pretty good stuff, I reckon.
I reckon Croaks is going to go hard on a few people tonight as well. He's retired a few people the last couple of hours in our group chat since the Valencia results. A few people need to maybe get on the Swift bike and not worry about running again.
I'm good. I'm happy. I don't need to go after anybody.
Nah, just give him some advice, Croaks. Uncle Croaks kind of vibes.
Okay. Yeah. See what I can do.
Hey, excited to tell you about this partner because I use this product on the weekend. It is Saily. Saily is a game changer for staying connected when you travel. It's an eSIM service app that lets you choose from a huge range of affordable data plans in over 190 countries and 8 regions. Think about it. You land in a new city and boom, you've got data straight away. No more scrambling. If you're heading overseas for your next marathon or even a holiday, running is a fantastic way to experience the world. But here's a question. How often has travel planning been a hassle for you? Specifically, staying connected once you've landed. I know I've been there, desperately searching for Wi-Fi, getting stung by crazy roaming charges, or wasting time hunting down a local SIM card. Enter the world of eSIM and Saily has you covered. You download the app once and you're set. Stays on your phone. No more swapping SIMs for every single country. Plus, the plans are super affordable, which is crucial when you're saving up for those race entry fees and flights. And for those of you planning a multi-country trip like a European marathon tour, Saily offers global and regional plans too. Imagine this, you're in a new city, you're using Saily to load your Strava heat maps, you need to find the best post-run coffee and, more importantly, stay connected to upload your latest run. Saily also helps you avoid scams and has security features to protect your privacy while you're browsing. It's compatible with both iOS and Android, and their support team is there for you 24/7 if you need them. So here's the deal. Saily has teamed up with the Inside Running podcast to offer you an exclusive 15% off discount on Saily data plans. You just need to use the code INSIDERUNNING, all cap locks, at checkout. To get started, download the Saily app or visit saily.com and check out the links in our bio or on our website. So when you're traveling next, ditch the roaming headaches and give Saily a try. You won't regret it. Tell us about your week first though, Croaks, because you are covering the ground well.
Yeah, like I don't know what's going on, but I'm actually just loving training at the moment. I don't know if it's a combination of the bike got me fairly fit before I started running. I'm not really doing sessions like too hard, which then gives me, obviously I'm not pulling up, rough. And then just the shoes I'm running in, like the shoes are great. So I'm not complaining, that's for sure. I feel like I'm fitter than I should be, given I've only been back running for like 3 or 4 weeks. But kicked off on Monday, did just over 11K at 4:22s. Jumped on the bike that afternoon for somewhere between like 60 and 70 minutes. Then my session on Tuesday morning, I sort of just been starting fairly conservative and sort of making the session up as I go. But this one was 4 6-minute reps and then 2 3-minute reps. So the first 3 6-minute reps were at like 3:37K pace. Then I did 1 rep at 3:30s, and these are all off a minute recovery. And then I thought, and like my heart rate was like 150. Like I haven't hit 160 at all at 160 in any of the sessions yet. So I thought, you know what, I'll just do 2 3-minute reps a little bit faster just to see how I feel and what the heart rate does. So I did 1 rep at 7.5K an hour, which is like 325s, and then 1 rep at 18K an hour, which is 320s. And felt really good. That afternoon went to the gym, got out Wednesday morning. So this was the Wednesday that I was looking after Cola. So I got out sort of before Viv and Lily went off to school. So I did like 16K, 420s. Thursday morning, I said last week that I wanted to sort of incorporate some strides into my program, just given that I'm not really doing hard sessions, but I thought strides would be a good way just to add some intensity and some speed work without it being too risky. So, did 9K and then, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 sort of 15, 20-second strides. Jumped on the bike that afternoon for 65 minutes. And then my second session for the week, Friday, I did 3x3K with 1 minute rest between the reps, each rep just getting a little bit faster. So first one was 337s, second one was 330s, and the last one was 326s. Felt really smooth. Heart rate, once again, was like, I think maxed out at maybe high 150s. Saturday morning, did an hour, ran from home into Mulligan's, did a lap around there, and then to Little A's. This was pretty hot morning. It was one of those mornings where I think by 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, it was already like 26 degrees. So the last, probably the last 10, 15 minutes of this was definitely noticing the heat. Jumped on the bike that afternoon. Actually binged Alex Yee on YouTube, watched like 3 episodes of that for like 67 minutes. And then got out for my long run yesterday, which when I first started the long run, I wasn't sure. I wanted to do at least what I did the week before, which was like an hour 45. But I took more carbs on this week. I took a 90-gram pouch and felt really good. Did an hour 54, averaged 4:11s. So that was a week of about 115K of running, I reckon. 113K and 3 hours or so on the bike and a gym session.
That's good. This is where you ask Moose why he's allowed to do long runs at this pace, but you're not.
Hey, Croaks.
Yeah.
Why are you allowed to do long runs at this pace and I'm not?
Well, although my heart rate's stuffed up.
Oh,
yesterday,
convenient. I noticed that.
What's
Real
that?
convenient.
86 beats?
It's happened like twice. But if you look the week before, it was 137. And you look at even Saturday's run when it was way hotter. I think it averaged like 136 for like 413. So, like, yeah, okay, I was running up some of the hills, like fairly solid. But the one thing I'm noticing with all of my runs at the moment is, when you're not fit and heart rate like really skyrockets when you hit a hill.
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't come down.
Not even when you hit a hill, just when you get past about 35 minutes, I'm finding, Crooks.
I'm finding that my heart rate's not actually getting as high even on the hills, but then it's coming down like fairly quick. So like other than a couple of hills, it did feel fairly comfortable. So,
but you're basing all of this off that your heart rate is within the right area, but you're not considering that mechanical stress of running faster, and that's like your calf might be okay now, but you've had, how long is this calf been? And before that, it was your Achilles. So the thing that is your weak point is that lower posterior sort of chain, Achilles, calf. And we know that if you run 430s, which is well, like within the range of what you've now been running, and you run 410s, there's just a huge change in calf load.
yeah.
And I just, like, if you're not running with a group, you can run low heart rate. This is the thing about people coming back that are aerobically fit, but their body isn't prepared to run fast and hard for a long time. And that's what I worry about with you, Uncle.
He's just concerned for you, Crooks. He just wants the
I
best.
get it.
It does make sense.
Yeah. But also I feel like, I'm being fairly sensible. Like in the past, running that sort of pace, like my heart rate would be in the 140s, high 140s probably coming back. So,
but the heart rate argument doesn't work though.
I get your point.
Moose has just eliminated that.
Heart rate argument.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know.
Crooks, I've seen this movie before, mate. I know how it ends.
Yeah, this movie's a bit different though, in terms of I've always, when I've come back running, I've wanted to try and, like, I've never been comfortable running 110 to 120K a week because I don't feel like I run my best off that. But with 3 hours of cycling on top of it, I'm actually quite happy with like the mileage, and that's one thing I think the cycling's doing for me is I'm feeling so much better on every single run because I'm not doing any double runs. Like today, for example, did 50 minutes this morning and then jumped on the bike for 70 minutes and, heart rate in that sort of 130 zone, which would be an easy run. But if I went out and ran for 35 minutes at 130s, I'd be fairly banged up for a session tomorrow. So I'm getting so much more training stimulus, but my body is feeling so good every single day because of just that combination of, 110 to 120K of running. But, when you think about 3 hours of cycling, 3 hours of extra cardio, if that was running, that'd be an extra 40, that'd be about 40K worth of extra cardio, which if I'm running 115 and you add another 40 onto that, that's like 155K of running in terms of like hours of aerobic activity. Does that make sense?
Give us a park run. Yeah, it does. Give us a park run before the end of the year, Crooks.
No, this is like I've done 3 sessions in 4 months.
Yeah, just go get a yardstick though. Just go see if you run 15, 30, 16 flat.
But I don't need to. Like I need to do what I've been doing for another 3-4 months. But I will do something early in the new year. Like I was half tempted. Our Mulligan's handicap is not this coming Friday, the Friday after. And I was like, cool, be tempted to go out and see what I could run a hard lap of Mulligan's, but it's I don't know, it's like we're doing it at like 6:30 at night, so it's probably going to be like 35 degrees.
Do it, Crooks.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, so I don't want to take too many risks.
That's good. Good to see a smile on your face. Good to see a bit
How good's
of energy.
running? How good's running? It's
running
so
is good. Running's good. I kicked my week off, fellas, with 30 minutes Monday morning, 30 minutes Tuesday morning. that ticked off 3 days in a row. And then on Wednesday, I did some elliptical for an hour, then got out for 40 minutes. So I think I'm I'm not going to say that like in the clear, but I'm feeling good. Back-to-back runs, no breaks anymore. Yeah, it was good. Thursday I had off and then 45 minutes on the elliptical that afternoon or morning, I think it was. Friday, went down to Bendigo on Thursday night, stayed at my parents'. Got a new house, Moose. They're not in that one they were in before when you visited last time.
Where they moved to?
Moved about 2K down the road. Much better area though. Nice house. It's pretty good.
Towards Spring Gully?
Spring Gully, yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So got down there. Stayed there Thursday night and then ran there Friday morning, just did 40 minutes. I reckon the ratio of good mornings in Bendigo is starting to drop. Like back in the day, it was like 90%, 10%. I think it's about 50-50 now. I probably dished out anywhere between, 15 and 20. I think I got about 50% return on a good morning.
I don't know who you are down there anymore.
It worries me.
You've been gone too long.
Because it shouldn't matter who you are. I did see Daniel Pollard, actually, one of my friends from primary and secondary school. His guy got into running late, and I saw him and gave him a high five. So a high five is definitely over-delivering on a good morning, but enjoyed seeing him. But
do you think it's
it says more about the community? Yeah.
Or
I think Bendigo is
community?
becoming more of a city, like a mini city, and people become less friendly when the population rises.
Yeah.
It's same when you see the tourists come in.
Well, it's where they're coming from.
Yeah, coming from a place where you don't do it.
That's right.
And maybe Bendigo is growing into that place where you don't do it anymore.
Yeah, the culture is changing due to the people coming down, bringing their culture with them. Geez, a real small scale discussion about the actual implications of that, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we're sort of that.
Immigration.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe it's an immigration thing. I'm not sure.
We don't mean immigrate.
No, we're not saying do not immigrate to Australia.
People are moving from Melbourne, the city,
yeah,
to the regional areas, and the culture's coming with them. And some of that's good. You can go now to Ballarat and you can pick out 5 great restaurants and have coffee, and it's like the culture is winning there. But they also might bring this culture where you're not quite as social or friendly.
It's a culture where you can't say good morning to, or you don't say good morning to everyone you pass because you've got to pass 1,000 people on your morning runs.
Yeah.
Whereas now you're only passing 20 people. So maybe we can implement it in those towns. That was good though. I went to Singapore on Friday, landed there Friday night, met up with a couple of big dogs boys in the Singapore running scene. The national 5K road record holder took me out for a run. How good's that? You land in a new city, don't know where you're running, and you get a WhatsApp message from the national record holder saying, I've got you, I'll look after you. That was Sean Go. And Melvin Wong, probably one of the greatest runners. He's not quite in PB shape at the moment, but one of the greatest runners to come out of Singapore, also joined us, took me for a bit of a tour. The half marathon was on, and I think the kids race may be on the Saturday, so they split this marathon festival over 2 days. So a few road closures and stuff we had to get past. I don't know, what time did we start? It was pretty warm. The boys were telling me it was beautiful weather, not even that hot. It was 25 degrees with 92% humidity. But that's a nice running morning in Singapore.
You look like you've been swimming in that picture.
I know. Yeah. How good's Melvin rocking up in that inside running singlet, the Ernie old one?
Oh, yeah.
That's a beautiful singlet.
That also looks wet.
Yeah. We were sweating a bit, but
the kits are good. The kits are pretty good here.
Yeah, well, I think Melbourne's sponsored by ASICS and Sean's head to toe in Puma.
Yes.
So,
okay.
Yeah, but he did get our podcast singlet on, which was nice of him.
Love that.
Beautiful. You boys been to Singapore?
No.
Beautiful city. Like when they're actually asking me like, when you guys talk about the bush, what is the bush? Like, so I was showing them pictures of like the Moai Machuca bush because this is just concrete everywhere, but like extremely clean. I did not see one bit of graffiti, one bit of rubbish. They got these robots that kind of like get around with like cameras on them. At one stage, there was like a massive drone going over the river. I'm like, boys, what's going on with this drone? They're like, yeah, some kind of like surveillance. But yeah, it was Good to get
Yeah,
out
you
there.
remember the bogans in Australia used to wear the T-shirt? It's like Singapore, no spitting, no pissing, no kissing, no drinking, no smoking. You remember those?
No, I can't remember that.
I remember that.
Hanging around different people, I think.
I just remember that and being like, oh, Singapore sounds pretty strict.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. Yeah, I think it's very proper. Like, even like the road closures with police and stuff, everyone would just listen. No one's trying to like cross roads due to the marathon or half marathon happening. It's just like very good system they got going over there, and the people are so friendly. Everyone from the taxi driver when you get there to people you're running with, people in restaurants and stuff. So. And the best thing was, like, I did my longest run in probably 3 months, and not once did I think about that I had a stress reaction in both sides of my hips because I'm like, new sites, new conversations. I knew I was hot and sweaty and unfit, but I'm like, I am no longer injured. Like, I can go to another country and nearly run for an hour with the locals and enjoy the city, which I was like, this is great. This is, if I never get back to a really level of performance that I think I can, being able to just run for an hour in a new city is a cool thing to be able to do. Was grateful for that. Didn't run Sunday. What about wake up call for this commentary gig? 1:50 a.m. 3 a.m. start. Well, they're 3 hours behind, so I was still on. That's really 4:50 a.m. That's what I was telling myself, but I was trying to stay because I was only there for 2 days. I was like, just stay on Australian time, and this will be fine. So I think I was probably asleep by 9 p.m. local time, but that's really midnight Australian time. It wasn't much sleep. And then, straight onto I kind of had to get to the location and get set up. And it was a different world, boys. This live commentary stuff is, I think I went to the production meeting on Saturday because I'm one of those guys that's like, you just say yes to these opportunities, do things, it's going to be good, and then think about it later. And in the production meeting Saturday, when they were saying that they're like anticipating overall it will go out to like 7 to 8 million people, and even Singapore Marathon, I didn't do that much research into it. Like, I knew it was a really big race in Singapore, but it's really probably the biggest marathon in that kind of like Asian region. And it's gold label, and I knew all these kind of things, but I was prepared in like the form that I'd done on the athletes racing, but it really hit me that day before. I'm like, oh, this is a big gig. Like, it's when they start talking about, things are on a 1.2 second delay, so we've got an opportunity to dump stuff if we have to. Like, we work on a 2.5 day delay. None of like, we have all this control, and it was so structured, as in like our run sheet would be like introduction for 3 minutes, and then we'd have the producer in our ears that would be saying like, okay, now it's time to throw down to Kelly down at the start line, and you had this like program you had to follow. It'd be like back to commentary for 14 minutes of race, and then we're going to throw to pre-recorded sponsored videos, and you'd have people in your ears telling you this as it happened. Having like times, like, we just go forever. Like, it's not like I told Moose tonight, Croaks, hey, you've got 8 minutes on the twins' birth. Just like whatever we want, we do kind of thing. So having to stick to certain times was new to me as well. But
how much prep did you do?
I pretty much did all day on Wednesday. So I pretty much did a day's worth of prep on Wednesday, and then sent those notes through to the boss. And then, he kind of like proofread them and stuff like that. And I knew once the race started, I'd be fine, because then you're just talking about stuff you're seeing, like drink stations, changes in form. I'm big on like splits and stuff. So I would be like asking for like, hey, I need that last 5K split, because that's going to tell us, what's happening in the race. And then, probably another 3.5 hours on the Saturday outside of the meeting that probably went for 2 hours. So we practiced in the studio because we were on camera a bit at the start. On the Saturday, like, we'd practice the 3 minutes we were going to do about the weather, and practice the 5 minutes that we're going to do for the introduction. And I was working with like a local like sports reporter over there who also does radio, who I didn't like. 2 other people I was working with, one of them has 86,000 followers on Instagram, and the other one was like 74,000. Callie, like they were like big in the Singapore broadcasting game. It was a great opportunity for me to see how it works, and I also had my thinking hat on about the things that we're critical of when we watch live streams. And then going from working on this one in the morning to watching Valencia was like, the role of a live stream can be so different between races. Like that race yesterday, Valencia was just all elite coverage. Like they never cut away to show you the interview with the CEO of the major sponsor or go down the person at the finish line with the feel good story or whatever it is. Like they cut the coverage at Valencia at like 2:25. Like if you weren't coming in 2:25, you were the stream's over kind of thing. Whereas we waited and we did some presentations and like I was telling them how critical we were of the Sydney stream, how they didn't show much of the Australians, and that yesterday we were very much just on the elite race and would get a couple of splits for the local because it was their national championships as well, but no motorbike with them. So you're trying to like say to the audience, like, this is what we've got for the local Singapore athletes at 30K. Like they're all still together, these five. And yeah, because then you never know who your audience is as well.
Well, wouldn't they tell you who they want their audience to be? Like who you should be commentating for?
I think how it works is when you're a gold label marathon, you probably have to provide a stream. It'd be part of the criteria. You have to provide a stream to showcase the elite race. That's part of the criteria. So there, and that's probably maybe with Sydney as well, why we didn't see cameras on Leanne and Jess and Haftu and that, because it's like, no, we got to stick to our criteria here to provide this kind of coverage. And I think they said there was a team of 26 people. So like the producer in our ears he was a guy coming out of the Sunshine Coast in Australia. So he would throw back to, it was very, I think they had 8 staff in Australia working on it and the rest were on the ground in Singapore. So yeah, it's interesting. Good eye opener. Good races too. Like slower because it's so hot and humid, but there was 13 seconds between the top 3 and the men. And I reckon the women's was even closer. Yeah, 15, a bit over 15 seconds between first, second, and third in the women's.
Did you pick the winner during the race? Did you say?
No, I did the men's. So it was the defending.
Knowing the Brady I know, he would have backed all of them.
No, I went because I had to. That was part of my role to preview a few people in the start, and I said the defending champ, even though he didn't win last year, the winner ended up getting. He tested positive at the event last year, so he's been fully erased from all the results.
You mentioned that in the broadcast?
No.
Pussy.
No, well, there were certain things we were briefed on to say and to not to say.
Really?
And that was...
I don't like that.
That was one of them, not to refer to last year's winner.
That's why people don't know, though, isn't it? That's why people think everyone's so clean. But you're not allowed to talk about this shit.
Yeah, but for this guy, isn't it like he should be referred to as a defending champion because the person that did win cheated?
Oh, it's a bit confusing.
Yeah, well, we were like, hey, it didn't happen. We're like, here's Abel Sokowo, the defending champion. He's going to do it again. And that's what I said in my preview. I'm like, he's proven he can win a race in hot and humid conditions. He was like a 2:10 guy, and there was like 2 or 3 2:05 guys in the field, but they'd raced here previously as well, and he'd beaten them. So I went with him. I also threw my hat in the ring for the Curtin, the Irish guy. He's a mad snake, fellas. Follow him on Strava. Like, he is one of the loosest units you'll ever see on Strava.
What did he run?
He pulled out. He DNF'd at like 30K. But he was in the lead pack, and then gave him heaps of love on the live stream, thinking, hey, I'm going to look great here. In his club singlet, but he come out with a bit of tape. You know how they tape him up because his club logo must have been too big or something? So I was explaining that on the stream and stuff. So, yeah, he was there. And then the women's I got wrong because the defending champ there, she ended up finishing... I'm just looking at the results here. I don't know if she actually...
So you just went the defending champs, did you?
Yeah, I went defending champs as my favourites. Then the fastest in the field were the PBs, which was Trelimo. She got a PB of 2:19 and she ran 2:43. Remember Viola Kibiwat? She was at like the 2012 Olympics. Hey, we need to have a conversation as well about... So I'm a running nerd. I do a running podcast, have for 423 weeks. Gold label race needs to have gold label athletes. And then you see these fields and it's like, other than that Curtin guy, I was like, I'm not familiar with any of these people. And then you start doing your work, you know, your form, and you're looking at their PBs and you're looking at their management groups. And I feel like there's this, well, it's a real structure that to keep your label as a marathon, you need to have the gold label athletes. Some of these guys are lining up for like their 5th or 6th marathon for the year. And I assume they are there because it's like, hey, one guy raced 3 weeks ago. Like we only found out he was in the field the day before because it was, I swear they must have needed an extra gold label athlete to tick the box. And they found this guy who raced in China 3 weeks ago. And it's like, you need to be on this start line. Here's your appearance fee. We need you to start so we can tick off our accreditation.
It's like an economy, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And I could imagine the managers kind of have the events, eating out of their hand a bit because it's like, you need us, you need our athletes. So it's a very interesting. I don't know if a lot of our listeners would know that's how the business of marathoning works, and I'm not sure how much percentage the athletes get compared to the management groups. And there's a lot of, when you do the form on these athletes, there was a lot of them that spend a lot of time in this area of the world. Like they'll pop up and run the Jakarta Marathon and then a couple of marathons in China for the year and then finish off the year with Singapore Marathon. So
you can see why though. Remember how Gold Coast was gold label, and then I reckon they decided this. I probably came up in the interview that you did with Ryan, where it's like, well, you got to jump through so many hoops to keep gold label status, and it costs the event money. And it's like, well, why? Like, we sell out anyway. Why not put that money into supporting Australian athletes or whatever?
Yeah.
So I just don't see what the benefit is for the event being gold label really when they've got to jump through all these hoops and probably costs them a shitload of money.
Yeah, well, even you have to have like minimum prize money standards. So like they had a separate prize pool. I did love this separate prize money for the national championships, which was really good. I think that was 10,000 Singapore dollars. But then for the elite athletes, it was 50,000 down to 1,000, but that was paid in USD. So, and I assume that's just a blanket rule. Like if you've got a major, if you've got a gold label, this is your prize money you need to make available. And that's where you see guys just walking off at 30K. It's just like, well, I'm out of the prize money. Remember Reese Edwards' race that year? I brought that up on the live stream. Paid down the top 8. He come 9th.
Yeah.
Never changed his race strategy, did he, for the heat?
Oh, there's carnage there. So yeah, the women's was 1 in 241, and there's a whole lot of like 219 to 223 girls there. And then the men's, same thing. Like you got 205 guys running. 205 guy ran 219.20
to win.
Nah, this was come 7th. There was 1 in 215.40, which is actually pretty quick.
Imagine the medical tents in Singapore.
No, they thought that was a great day.
Yeah, but like compared to like we talk about, you go to any major marathon in the country and there's always going to be people collapsing, and we're talking like when conditions are 20 degrees, 21 degrees. Imagine a punter in Singapore just got an entry for the marathon, not really going to train for him, just going to do it. Like it's bloody dangerous. Yeah,
but living there in those conditions has to help.
Well, you understand.
They know what's happening.
You understand better, and you're not treating it like it's 10 degrees in Ballarat. You're not like, you go to Gold Coast, it's 20 and humid. No one really adjusts or like considers that. But if you're in Singapore and every day is 30 and 90% humidity and you wake up and it's 25 and 80% humidity, you're like, pretty good day.
Yeah. My co-host kept saying, these are great running conditions. And I'm like, Ed, I'm going to have to correct you again. I'm like, these are not good running conditions. These guys' PBs would have been set in 15 degrees less than this. Like it's a different world. But no, good fun. Good way to spend a weekend.
How much you get paid?
Lovely people over there.
$5 an hour by the sound of how much work he did.
Yeah, I very much undervalued how much work had to go into it. But good fun. Different world though.
You would be a great novelty, I reckon, in a place like Asia. Hearing that accent, people would be tuning in like, what the fuck is this?
Can you imagine tuning in? 4.1 million people. 4.1 million have watched it already. And you're like, what the heck is this? What do we got here this year?
Where did they find this guy?
I thought this was gold label event.
That's why the numbers are so high, Croaks. There were a couple of comments I did see, like people commenting like, is this the guy who owns the paddle steamer race in Australia? I'm like, yeah, this is me. This is me. Let's thank some Patreon supporters, Croaks.
All right, I've got Ben McDonald. So I know Ben quite well. I've sort of been coaching him on and off for the last 2 to 3 years. So he's an AFL boundary umpire. So, I coach his now fiance, and so during the off season, so from November through to January, February, I was sort of writing a program for him. So he's umpired 156 AFL games, including the 2022 grand final. He's getting married in January. And he's run 16 flat for a park run and 34.04 at the 2021 Sandy Point 10K. He's just coming back from an infected knee. I was chatting to his fiance yesterday, and they couldn't work out how he got his infection, but they think maybe he banged his knee at the gym, and there was some blood, and so it may have got infected at the gym. So, he's back running now.
2022 was the year that Collingwood beat Brisbane Croaks. Really close grand final. Next time you're talking to him, can you ask him why the umpires hate Nick Dacos? Probably should have won the last 3 Brownlow medals. Gets robbed every year come Brownlow medal night.
I don't think the boundary umpire has much say in the
Brownlow. But they'd be in the same room as the umpires that do vote. Just see if you can get that out of him. I don't know what that guy's got to do to win a Brownlow medal.
Yeah, he's a good guy, Ben.
Got to go get the ball himself, maybe.
If he played for any other club, he would have won 2 or 3 Brownlow medals. It's the Collingwood tax. They hate Collingwood, the umps. But anyway, we do love umpires here at the Inside Run podcast. Moose, who you got?
I have Luke Nelson. So Luke's from Victoria, runs for Box Hill. He does the Masters running stuff. So I've seen him on teams with Steve Deneen, who is another Box Hill stalwart. So he does relays and stuff. And he runs, I think, in their cross-country team, the over 40s maybe. Maybe over 50s. Luke, don't know. That might stitch you up a bit there, the over 50s. According to Strava, he's run 17:14 for 5,000 metres when he finished second at this year's Vic Masters Champs. 35:45 for 10K. 80:45 at the 20... Okay. This Sandy Point one's got to get cut off, I reckon. I reckon this was a real short day. He's run 80:45 at the 2021 Sandy Point Half Marathon, which is the same 10K that Ben McDonald, the other shout-out, ran his PB. And he ran
250 something.
250 something at Ballarat this year. So he's a sports and exercise chiropractor, run coach, director of health and high performance in Mont Albert North. He's prolific on social media. He makes reels. I remember he used to do what do you call it? The viral ones, not viral. What do you call it? Like the
like the trends or whatever at the moment.
You know, like if they do a dance or something, or I don't know. He was big on that, but he actually I think
15,000 followers. Is that this guy?
Yeah, no, that would be him.
252 Ballarat.
252. You'd know his brother Nigel Preston. Thought he was.
You're thinking about a different person here, Moose. This is Luke.
Oh yeah, I've definitely
Nelson.
thinking about the wrong. I've thought
Luke
about
Preston.
Who's Luke Preston?
Luke Preston's Nigel Preston's brother from he lives in Albury, I think.
Yeah, no, I've got that wrong. So it's Luke Nelson, and he's a good-looking rooster, and he's also very well regarded in the sports therapy industry. Like he's a chiropractor, but he does a lot of strength and conditioning stuff. I saw that he was giving his strength and conditioning program to another guy the other day, that Alex Harvey, that chiropractor from Queensland who runs well.
Oh, yeah. Is this the example, Moose, where you want Brady to go back and cut it for Pia because you look like a clown?
Luke, how many Lukes are there in Australia?
Everything else about Luke was correct up to the bit about him doing social media trends.
Yeah.
No, he does
Instagram.
that.
He does.
Which wasn't on the script, Moose. You went rogue.
It was just the Nigel Preston thing was wrong. I got the names wrong. I got the brothers wrong.
I don't think I was on the right Instagram page, by the way, but yeah. That's what happens when you go rogue. Thank you, Luke, for your support. Are you the director, Moose? Do you call yourself director of the running company Ballarat? Where are you, Geelong?
Well, I'm the director of the company that sort of trades as the running company Geelong, but that doesn't mean I call myself that. On official documents, I'm the director of the company, but I'm the owner of the store.
Oh, is that what it means on official documents?
Well, yeah.
It's not just a title; it's actually written somewhere.
No, yeah. I'm a director. Bree's a director too.
Have we got on this paperwork for the podcast that I'm the director of the Inside Running
No,
podcast?
because we've got a
Oh,
partnership.
we're partnerships.
Yeah.
So what's the one? You've got a company.
Yeah.
So if you've got a company, you have to have someone in the director role.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. I'm learning a bit about business here tonight.
It's
Croaks, and you'll be a sole trader for Mulligan's Flat Track Club, so you wouldn't have a director.
No.
Maybe
stick to commentary.
Well, Brad, he's very dodgy with his coaching. He doesn't go to the.
We wouldn't declare stuff to the ATO.
Yeah,
Anyone from the ATO is listening, have a look up of Bradley Croker.
You want to cut this bit out, Brady? He's not going to be happy with this.
I'll keep it on for Patreon and really hope no one from the ATO listens to Patreon. But if you do, we love you. I'm going to thank Martin. How are we going with this, Croaks? Sturer from Austria. Pretty good. According to his Strava, he's ran 83 minutes for a half marathon in Vienna this year. Also ran 3 hours 23 at the 2023 Copenhagen Marathon. So off that half marathon, the marathon could come down a bit. We're thinking there, boys. He could be breaking 3.
Yeah.
He may have run the City to Surf, so got a connection to Australia in 2023.
2003.
2003, sorry.
Ago, yeah.
So that's a while ago. Let us know, Martin, how you come across the show in Austria. And, have you spent some time here in Australia? Massive thanks to all our Patreon supporters for their support of the show. If you like what we do, patreon.com/Inside Running Podcast is the place to support us. Moose is going to talk about some benefits for the Patreon supporters a bit later in the show. But you do get bonus content on one of the levels. You get the show uncut each and every week before Zach listens to it and says you got to take this, that, all the other stuff out that may get us in trouble. What else do you get? Yeah, some bonus stuff this week. I think I'll do the Road to Sydney crew, Moose, because you might be, you maybe could still do it if the twins aren't home yet.
Yeah. Well,
the UK Monthly boys were both in action yesterday, so we might try to hear from them.
We're gonna do results later. Yeah.
Yeah. There's something coming this week for sure, though, on that bonus level.
Hey, legends, if you're looking for your next race to lock in, listen up. The CD Joinery Bluff to Boat Ramp Fun Run and Walk is back on the stunning northwest coast of Tasmania. This isn't just your average fun run, it's one of the fastest and most scenic 10K courses in Australia. Our 10K event is World Athletics certified and ranked, so whether you're chasing a PB or just want to test yourself against a quality field, this is the one to target. There's thousands of dollars in prize money up for grabs, plus a vibrant community atmosphere that makes this event something special. Make the trip over to Tassie. Enjoy a weekend of great running, local hospitality, and the kind of coastal views that make you forget how hard you're working. We've got events for everyone, from elites to weekend warriors. So grab your mates, book your flights, and come experience why the Bluff to Boat Ramp is fast becoming a must-run on the Aussie calendar. To find out more, or to enter, head to blufftoboatramp.com.
Running News is brought to you by Axel Coffee. They've just dropped their strawberry blend for the holidays. Think strawberry, sugar plum, dark chocolate, and nutmeg. There we go, boys. Remember they did a special blend for Christmas last year as well? This must be a yearly thing. Perfect for your morning runs over the festive season. Check it out at axelcoffee.com.au. What about Jeff Risley was even asking today about your coffee machine, Moose? People starting talking coffee.
I don't know what you guys are on about with that. I was driving along thinking he has trouble picking up on the jokes. I reckon.
Oh, Jeff,
yes, he doesn't. He just takes everything a bit too literal. I reckon.
Very good coffee machine. Very good one. No, what happened there? I think last week because it was just Croaks and I early. So it's a bit harder when there's just two people. And I reckon we got to this bit and there was no read for Axel Coffee. So we just went a bit loose, just tried to start talking about some coffee references. And when your coffee machine came up.
Well, I think we brought up Black Friday again.
Oh, yeah, we did too. That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't go doing that with Moose back. Valencia Marathon, Moose, happened yesterday. People have tuned in just to get to this part of the show.
Yeah, it was a good watch. It's like the one I look forward to all year, knowing the Australian storylines in there, but also the coverage is so good. And you see people jump out of the woodwork at Valencia, and you can see some crazy stuff going on at the front end. The weather maybe tempered that a little bit. It was a little bit warmer out there. I think it started at about 15 degrees. Am I right? there's a few different sort of
Yeah,
forecasts and
14:15, I think Medio
reports.
Pace had it at.
I mean, that's not bad in any way, but I think it just heated up. And at one point, you could see they had the camera on the lead women, and it was full sun, and it would have had, it feels like full sun with maybe not much protection for like 20 degrees or something. So it was probably a bit more like Berlin this year, but not as bad. We'll just do the main results first, then we can talk about the Aussies. So in the men's, John Korir absolutely flogged him. Like he was running behind the paces for like the first, 25k, and looked pretty solid. Everyone else in that group looked like they were struggling a bit, but he was looking really cruisy. And then once the pacer dropped out, he just turned the volume up on it all. And his first half was 61:47, and he's come and closed it in 60:37. And with no one around, no one pushing him, it was kind of Kiptum like. That's what I felt like we were watching. We were watching something that was like pretty special. And I reckon we see this guy again. I mean, he has won Boston, hasn't he? And he won.
Has he won it twice? Has he won Boston twice?
He won Chicago too, didn't he? But this year he went stupidly quick and had to DNF.
Yeah.
Remember him and Chalimo. So that's why he's popped up. He was a late entry for Valencia. So I think he would have been, did he pull out like 25, 30K at Chicago, which is a beautiful trainer run when you go through in 60 minutes. And then he's probably benefited that, reloaded, go to Valencia.
Yeah, imagine how easy 61:47 at Valencia feels like to a guy who can do that. Then come home in 60:37. But Amanal Petros was second, and he came from the second pack. So that front pack just absolutely disintegrated. And Amanal Petros, he's German, and he's Eritrean that runs for Germany, so he's a German citizen. And Awet Kirbab, who I think is also Eritrean, that he's a Norwegian citizen.
Yeah, since 2023, I just looked him up because I'm like, I've never heard Chris O mention this guy.
Yeah, well, now he owns the. Did he take Sondre's marathon
record? Yeah.
So Amanal Petros was the guy that just got pipped at the World Champs. So he was the guy who finished second there when he thought he was going to win, coming into that sort of into the tape.
He was the guy shooting hoops afterwards. Remember?
Yeah.
He celebrated like he was playing basketball.
He's got some good swagger, though, Petros.
Yeah, well, he's gone as he come through, he did this big like guillotine chop.
Yeah, I like that.
What was that for? What does that mean?
Show's over. Did you see him because I think he's from the same part of Eritrea as the Norwegian guy. And they were talking to each other, and they're like speaking in their native tongue, and they kind of like shook hands. This is at like the 38K mark, and then Petros just dropped the hammer. I think it was more like, "You're my countryman. Good luck for the rest of it. Shake hands. Now I'm going to bury you."
Yeah. It was cool. I'm glad they got that on camera.
Yeah,
and he didn't fully bury him, but that was at like 40K, and so he's put a fair bit of time into him there, and he ran 2:04.03, and Awet Kirbab was 2:04.24. And then, so some national records that came out of that race. Suguru Osako, very impressive. He's like retired and then came back to run 2:04.55, Japanese national record. It's not often that someone does that, sort of like comes back like that and comes back at their peak. He runs for a new company now. He used to be a Nike guy. Now he's Li Ning, I think. Same brand as Lisa Waitman.
Did he actually retire? Or wasn't it like, didn't he do a race and it was like, if I don't run really well in this race, I'm going to retire? And then he didn't do well in the race, and he was like, nope, I said it beforehand, I'm going to retire. And then like a couple months later, it was like, actually, my job's to be a professional runner. I am not retired.
Yeah, there's a thing on YouTube here why he came out of retirement. So he must have.
He shopped himself around too, didn't he? Didn't he pretty much just go buy a pair of super shoes from every single brand?
I remember him testing them.
Yeah, and even watches and stuff. I reckon he had a Garmin on one week and then a Coros. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was 2021. So he's 30 then. He said he'll retire from professional running after the upcoming Olympic marathon in Tokyo. Yeah, so.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Alex Yee, blowing my mind here.
This is insane.
Alex Yee, the gold medalist at the triathlon in Tokyo, the Olympic distance triathlon, was 7th. He ran 2:06:38, which is number 2 UK marathon all time. So this is a little bit disheartening, boys, as a runner, to have someone come across from another sport and become the second best UK runner of all time.
He took down Emil Caress, who paced him to 35k, I think. He took down Emil's time, Steve Jones's time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like he took
He
down
did in New
everyone's...
Balance's 2 moose. That New Balance shoe's not that good either, is it?
It's not bad. I mean, clearly not bad.
Yeah, okay.
It's definitely better. Like, it's the fastest super shoe they've ever made.
Is that the fastest time any pros have run in a pair of New Balances?
No,
That'd be a good question. You're pretty close.
You'd say so. I don't think they sponsor a lot of African runners, and because like you can have a 2:06 low African dude run 10th at Berlin. You just never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, good shout. He trains with. He came 7th in the race. Phil Sessamon, who's the guy he trains with, also a British dude, came 13th. He ran 2:07:11. That's a PB for him. Now, the Aussies, boys. The Aussies, interesting storylines coming in here. We saw Brett Robinson. The old warrior of the bunch, basically. When I say old warrior, like been around professional running for years now, was like an elite junior. Did he win Di Castella 3K? Correct?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So he's come through and has been like top of the country since he was 18 years old, basically. But hasn't really put a big marathon on the board for a while now. Has held the Australian record. He was coming into this race, and Brady, I think you said like this is the make or break here for Brett's career, perhaps. I'm not sure whether you framed it like that. But
as a marathoner, I just thought it was like a line in the sand race for him.
Line in the sand.
I think with Cam Myers last week too, we kind of said like, don't go with that 2:06. Go with the 2:08. Have a good race. Maybe pick up some guys and run 2:07:30, which is really close to his PB when it was the national record. Get one on the board. Have a good one. Get some confidence. Go again. Because you look at his last a couple of years of marathoning. Like had to withdraw from the Olympics. Had to withdraw from London one year, and he paced instead. Pulled out of Valencia as well. Last year when Andy broke the record, had a couple of to his standards, poor Sydney marathons. And then, it'd been a while since he'd ran that 2:08 in 2023. So it's just this is your job. You're a marathoner. Go to work. Get a good one.
The problem is now, I think it's also just chasing. It's like he was the national record holder. He doesn't hold it anymore. It's all or nothing as opposed to executing the race to where you're currently at from a fitness point of view. And if that's 2:08, 2:09, so be it. But it's it's national record or bust.
No, that's poor guidance though, Croaks, isn't it? Like you compare him to, and I know you'll get to it, Moose, like the way that Tommy implemented his race. Like there's a reason Tommy was the first Australian across the line yesterday because he implemented, just because you got high expectations doesn't mean you make unrealistic pacing decisions. And that should come down to what have we done in training? What shape do we think we need in? What does your career need at the moment? Go out and do it.
What does your career need at the moment should not be relevant for what pace you go out at.
His career needs momentum. He needs confidence in this event again.
Yeah, but like that, it doesn't matter what your body does not recognize what your career needs right now.
Sorry. I think I said it the wrong way, but his career actually did really need the Australian record back. It would have been great for his career. But him as a marathon runner needed to get one on the board.
but yeah, I think some momentum. You're right. Momentum is a massive part on macro and micro levels. Like even momentum for an athlete coming into a race, like not having an injury 3 weeks out and then sort of struggling into the run. Like it's wild how your personal, like your confidence can dictate such a big part in how your run goes.
I even remember him pulling out of Gold Coast, like went off the front, put in a massive gap, and then all of a sudden he like just DNF. You're like this guy's a killer. I grew up on Brett Robinson. Like not like I'm older than him, so I didn't really, but I feel like I've been a fan of the sport and seen him dominate so many people and so many races that it's kind of, I don't know, I feel a bit sad that I'm like, have we seen the best of Brett Robinson? Because you know what he can do.
Yeah, well, there's a potential we have. I mean, I'm sure he's probably amazingly disappointed at what happened yesterday. Like, just super disappointed, probably embarrassed, to be honest. Like, he'd be the kind of guy I think who would not look at himself as a guy who DNFs marathons like that, and he went out really fast. So, yeah, he's probably going, like, I really want to be back there. How he gets back there, if he gets back there, we hope he does, because he is, like you said, Brady grew up on him dominating. He's been around for so long, and he's still got the potential. He's our Australian record holder in the half marathon. There's still potential there. He's not that old. What
What would he
he?
be, 33, 34?
I don't even reckon he's that old.
34 this
Really?
year, I reckon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Nothing on his Strava yet to explain it, but yeah, I've got his splits here. So he went through 63, 34, and then started struggling between the half marathon split and 25, and then really struggling between 25 and 30.
Like Launceston half was a bit of we thought, he might be back here. No, he ran like 61:20 at Launceston, but then off the back of that, it was that Gold Coast where he pulled out, and then obviously Sydney, no good.
yeah. The other Australians, Haftu was in that front pack, Haftu Strintzos, and like I think you called Australian record on that one, Brady. I thought that was a bit of a rash
did
call
not.
from. I reckon
When did
you
I call
might
that?
have. I think you might have. Croaks, you hear him say that?
I lost a slab on Brett Robinson because you gave me the over-under of 209.45 and I thought you had rocks in your brain. I'm like, what? Brett Robinson's going to smash 209.45.
It's a warm day.
And then I saw the split at 63 and I'm like, beautiful. He can pop and still get under 209.45. Did not factor in the DNF.
Yeah. Anyway, he did not DNF. He finished it off, but he blew up massively. So he ran 2:26, but he was through in that same pack as Brett, I believe, or maybe slightly ahead, in about 63:30 ish. So he's stayed out on the park, on the course, and jogged it in, or shuffled in, or battled it in, whatever. Good on him for doing that. Tom Do Canto has come through and ran quite even splits, I think. He's run a 37-second PB, 2:11.14. This actually felt a lot harder for Tommy than I think he was hoping it would. But he still ran a PB on a day that he felt pretty ordinary early. So not exactly what he had in mind, I think, that time. But he's come away with a PB on a less than ideal Valencia day. So good on Tom.
And he's gauged his effort as well. Like we all know his goal was to try and break 2:10, and he didn't go, I'm just going to go through halfway in 65 or faster. And he knew probably early on that, no, that pace feels too hot. If I go 65, I am going to pop. So probably dialed it back a little bit.
Yeah.
So he probably knew fairly early on that it wasn't a 2:10 day.
Yeah. I was surprised to see his first couple of splits so slow, considering his goals for the event. But I think he had to lead a lot of his pack. Like he was the one that was dragging him along.
He went through 65.39. How's that for pacing?
Yeah. Ryan Gregson ran 2:17. I'm not sure what pace he was on, Croaks. I know you were following him.
I'll have a look.
I've got it
It
here on
was-
the app, Croaks.
Get a halfway
Got it open.
split for Gregson if you
I reckon
could.
he was on 211, 212 pace
All
probably.
right. Okay. Wow.
66.28.
Yeah.
So right on 213.
212.40. Was it 66.20?
28.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So bit of a blow up there. And Kieran Perkins, Croaks, you've done him the dirty here. We're not shouting out 219 guys, are we? But
He's done a few Australian ladies the dirty too coming up. He might really scramble to get some results going, but this is the elitist in Croaks.
Do I go? I don't know. Do we go through every Aussie that ran? What's the cutoff?
Well, 219 is a pretty good run, Croaks.
It's 220, wasn't it?
No, 219.59. Don't go ripping him off like 1 second.
Was it 219.59?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Whoa. That is tight. He's a sub 220 guy forever.
No, he's broken. He's run way
217
faster
guy.
than that.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, he's a sub 220 guy forever. In the ladies, battle of two here. Joyciline Jepkosgei ran 2:14 flat for a course record at Valencia, and she had a fairly good battle with Peres Chepchirchir, who ran 2:14.43. Now, Peres Chepchirchir was right on her heels. It was an interesting dynamic within this little group because Jepkosgei had her own pacer there, and her own pacer was a male fella who was had some really interesting gait mechanics. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but you guys see her pacer's left leg when he was running? It was like
Oh yeah, I did actually.
coming out at like 90 degrees when he hit the ground.
Yeah, purple singlet, Adidas as well.
It was bizarre. It was a wild running style. I sent it to Nitter. I'm like, are you watching this? Like, how is this guy actually moving forward when he runs? But he was a personal pacer of Jepkosgei. And so what happened in the group is Chepchirchir actually broke Jepkosgei. And the pacer initially stayed with Chepchirchir to keep her sort of moving along. And then he obviously got a spray from behind and said, "Oi, get back." And he's gone back and he helped Jepkosgei move up back into the pack through pacing. Now I know, like, you can't actually drag someone along. You're not physically like pushing them or assisting them in that way, but he still changed the dynamic of the race. So it's just an interesting one for some debate, I think, whether it should be allowed. It's hard to like legislate because there's always going to be men around in a race like this. But yeah, Jepkosgei ended up kicking away. Chepchirchir actually fell off a cliff. We were watching and she was there, and then all of a sudden she was 20 seconds back in maybe like 100 meters. She just fully dropped out. We thought she'd DNF'd actually, but then she got back on. Maybe she needed the bathroom. I don't know. They didn't show that. But yeah, splits for Joyciline to win 66.33 and then came home in 67.27. And third place was Chloe Herbiet, 2:20.38. And was that a Belgium national record?
Yeah.
Was it?
Belgium,
I
yeah.
thought it was Finland. Was there a national record from Finland in there as well?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Is that in between her and Jess?
I think it was.
National records, yeah.
So, story of the day, I guess we'll say.
Sorry, before you go, Kieran Perkins, 2:20.00.
Oh, okay. Maybe you were all right there, Croaks, not mentioning that. We had a new national record, Jess Stenson. If you've been at the mines or something with no internet all week and you're just listening to this, then we have a new Australian record holder in the marathon. Jess Stenson was 5th in the race. Oh, good payday there too. She's run 2:21.24 to break the national record by 9 seconds. It's an area record, actually, so it counts for New Zealand and all that too. Her splits 70.37, 70.47. she was running with Izzy Batt Doyle for a chunk of the race, and then I think in the second half, Izzy dropped back slightly, but finished in 7th position overall in 2:23:35. So very much overshadowed by Jess, but let's just pay kudos to Izzy, who's run 2:23:35, which is sensational. 7th at Valencia Marathon. Going back further, Gen Gregson has outperformed her expectations, or no, she outperformed my predictions for her in this run by running 2:28:51. Showed no signs of doing that in all the racing leading up, and has pulled that from one of her bags, and amazing, like super impressive. One of the more impressive things I've seen, to be able to run that time based off the form that you had leading in. To me, that was like, it wasn't that long ago where 2:28 was getting you on Olympic teams, and it would have been top 10 all time nearly. So huge run from Gen Gregson. Going back further, we got Rebecca Lowe ran 2:30:50. Abby Nordberg ran 2:33, and Simone McInnes, who has been on this show before, the Oceania champion in the marathon.
She is from Gold Coast.
From Gold Coast, ran 2:34. So big PB again for Simone. Spent a fair bit of time with Rob Wilson during the race. It looked like Croaks, like all the splits. I think they were together for a long period.
Were they?
I reckon Jimmy Friend told me that. He said he was tracking them both, and he's like, Rob and Simone are in the same group here, working together. So good.
Road to Valencia people just working together.
We should get
Patreon supporters.
Get a little episode with them all on there, I reckon.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Have a chat about the race.
What about Rob's splits? Were identical. First half and second half to the second.
Oh, jeez.
That's so impressive that he did.
He's got to be happy with that, doesn't he?
It took like another little PB.
76:47, yeah, 2.5 minute PB.
He just keeps taking them off, doesn't he?
2:33:34. He's not a young man either.
Hey, you know my guy from Patreon a couple of weeks ago, where I'm like, this guy's going to have a real big run. And you're like, don't jinx him, you can't go early on this stuff. And you're like, got to be confident. 5-minute PB, boys. 5 minutes. Just to
we just listen off people we know who ran PBs.
But people that we've, have you got one any bigger than 5 minutes? Patrick Flanagan, his name was?
Well, I reckon the guy I coach, Elliot, who does the handicapping for the handicap, he broke 2:50. I reckon his PB before that was 2:55.
Yeah, it depends on what pace you're at here, though.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like Rob Wilson's 2.5 minute PB might be better than that because it's harder to find time.
Simone's ran 3 or 4 minute PB.
Look, fellas, we're all good coaches. But yeah, that Simone might be the best one. But I reckon Adam Diddick's probably sitting there going, I've got all you boys, because my athlete just ran 2:21:24 for the national record. Did she go in a bit under the radar? Like the hype was for Izzy, as much as Izzy was trying to turn down the noise.
Well, potentially. And Sydney, she didn't have the best Sydney.
Which was rare for her to not have a good marathon.
Yeah, and we saw a weakness of hers in Sydney when her quads were cramping and damaged early, which really limited her back end running.
Which is weird because she's usually good on hills too.
So maybe just a bit underdone.
But
yeah. But then when she was on, she admitted that it probably wasn't. There's a few things that changed in this prep in terms of like Adam had to alter a few sessions because she was feeling a bit tired and she moved house and all of that sort of thing. So
she said they also changed the program. Like we went with more like less fartlecky kind of stuff, and it was more marathon specific stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think she also did say that her volume was definitely higher for this block than what it had been previously.
Yeah. She kind of said like accidentally kind of thing. Some of the second runs were 40 minutes instead of 30 minutes and things like that.
But probably a bit under the radar a little bit because even out at Stromlo in the World Cross Trial, like I was chatting to her coach, Adam, and I went, here Haftu is really fit, national record. And so I didn't really talk about Jess and the national record. But then after the race, I was thinking to myself, like back when she won Com Games, and that's the thing with Jess, it's like she's run some incredible marathons, but other than Tokyo this year, she's never really had the opportunity to run on fast courses. And obviously she went after it in Tokyo. But do you remember our chat after she won Com Games and ran like, was it like 225 or 226 on a really tough course? You're like,
and ran like the last 8K at like 3:15, 3:20 pace. Like she
yeah,
flew
you're like,
home.
that's world class. So there's way more. Like you put her on a flat course, that's got to be worth minutes. And then obviously, has a great performance at the Olympics. So it's like, yeah, under the radar, but it's if you look at all of that, it's been there.
You know what? Remember when she ran, and you brought this up because you said to her, Moose, something like, have you got enough? Like, is speed the limiting factor? And she kind of did reference because her half marathon isn't ridiculously quick, but I think she beat Izzy in that half marathon at Melbourne and was just behind Leanne. And she was kind of saying I think if I do that same thing on a good course, maybe I am a 68 flat girl. So the signs were there. And I remember saying at the end of last week's show, I'm like, she is not leaving her 2 kids for this is a 10, 14-day trip. Mums don't do that unless they know they're in shape. She's not going to do that to go run 225 to 230.
Yes. And I remember after that Com Games marathon, we started talking, is she the GOAT of marathoning in Australia? Like female marathoning anyway. We can talk about female marathoning. And she's won the Com Games and she'd won other medals in the Com Games as well. She'd won Melbourne Marathon. We'd said, okay, yeah, she's a good championship performer, but we need to see some fast times from Jess. And she's shown us. It's like Michael Jordan when they said he couldn't be a defender and he went and won Defensive Player of the Year 4 times or something. That's
marathon number 20 as well.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a list of all her, you know how they do it for Kipchoge? They just do an Instagram tile of all his races. I'd love to see what Jess's looks like because there's stuff I don't know, 10th at World Champs is in there. People forget that at London in 2017, I think it was. I reckon she's been top 10 at London Marathon as well. I think she's the greatest female marathon runner we've had now. Now she's got the record. I think to really put a nail in that coffin, she needs to win the national champs at Sydney. Now that Sydney's going to be competitive each and every year, kind of like the UK people winning their London, or the US people being first across the line at Boston or New York. I think if she had done that against Leanne, taken that this year, it would have definitely been full stop, no question mark. But I think if she adds that the next couple of years, who can you? Karen McCann, Lisa Ondieki.
Well,
Lisa Ondieki's got the Olympic. What was that? 3rd, 4th, 5th.
Silver, wasn't it?
Silver. I knew it was up there. I was just waiting for one of you guys to confirm and just try and say as many numbers as I possibly could.
Yeah, she's
Is it LA?
Medalist. No, Seoul, 88. She won 2 Commonwealth Games gold medals.
Okay. Okay. We may have gone early here.
And she did hold the Australian half marathon record for years, but we're only talking about marathoning.
All right. We may have gone a bit early, Jess.
Different generation. What was Jess last year at the Olympics? 12th? 13th?
She was good.
It was very good. And she's been to 3 or 4 of them. You need to have, I'll get Len Johnson on the line one episode and just say, Len, give us the head-to-heads.
No. Just ask Len who he picks.
I'll send him a message now as we're talking and see what he responds with, maybe for a bit later on the show. But it'd be a great article for him to write this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Runners Tribe article.
She was 12th at the Olympics.
12th, yeah.
And read out some of the names in front of her. Tiggs Assefa, Safan Hassan. They went hip and shoulder across the line. You're running against 211, 214 people.
Yeah.
I know Lisa could only run against who was there in the 80s, but I feel like the sport's progressed a lot since then.
Yeah, so there we go. There we have it. The record went down. Valencia again. Just, 4 years later? 5 years?
It was 2022.
3.
Yeah, 3 years.
Oh, only
feels
3
weird. Feels weird. Sinead Diver not being the national record holder, that title attached to her. It must be weird, losing these things because
yeah.
when I was just thinking about it today, I was just like, oh, Jess Stenson, national marathon record holder. Like
It would be an
a
empty
title.
feeling. It would be, to me, it would.
Her post was great though, wasn't it? Like that was a good post, putting up the photo of when they first met.
Yeah. That's. I mean,
I think she called her like straight away.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
but there's no doubt
she still would.
she wanted the record to be hers for long.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a natural human thing, is to go, hey, this record's like, I'm really proud of it. It sort of gives me some prestige, and
the problem is though, the era that we're in at the moment, I feel like all of these national records on the women's side in distance running are on borrowed time. Like I feel like it's over the next 5 years, it's going to be a massive shootout. Like, I have no doubt that Izzy's got a fast one. Leanne, who knows what she's going to do on
Leanne's
a fast course.
She was watching the tracker yesterday, going beautiful. No worries at all. Get me there.
Rose Davies steps up to the roads with her 5K speed. Like like we're going to see a sub 220 at some point. Like in the not near, like not too far away, I don't think.
Yep, I agree with you.
Okay, so you mentioned Izzy. How does Izzy go from these two? She keeps landing the 223s because we know she's got the 10 and she's got the half. And she'd be. I was explaining this to someone today. I'm like, I think when I run 219s, 220s, I'd feel similar to how Izzy's feeling. You're like, they're good, they're okay performances, they're landing in the same spot, but you're like, shit, I'd love an extra 2 minutes, and I think I can do an extra 2 minutes. Like, where does she get that extra 2 minutes from? Because from someone who keeps plateauing and landing in the same spot, she'll want more than that, and she needs more than that because Hurstner lives around her corner. No longer the South. Well, I think Jess took the South Australian record off her at Tokyo, and they love talking about that over in South Australia. But you got your state mate. Just put a couple of minutes into you.
Probably a bit of a break, I think, for Izzy, and I think she wrote somewhere that this prep has been fairly challenging from because she's had a very long period of training and racing without really any downtime. So I think that's probably the step for her. And I guess she runs really big mileage, but sometimes more isn't better. Like look at Phil Sessman. Like he ran a PB, but like you look how many Ks a week. What's he doing? 250 miles or something. It's at some point you're going to get the same result running like less.
I think you'll get worse result. It's like to a point where your body just lives in fatigue. You could probably do better workouts just being that little bit fresher. And this isn't the same as 100 Ks to 100 miles. This is 200 miles, right? Like,
yeah. Or was it 150? He was doing 150 miles, was it?
Yeah, there's just stupid amounts. And that's just a lot of, forget about miles and distance. That's time. Like that's so much time running. I just think you just lose all sort of performance element when you go and do those workouts. Like if he can be ripping those workouts that little bit quicker, he gets the race day just that little bit more efficient.
But I don't think Izzy's run yesterday was a true reflection of like where she is. Like we've seen like she is strong over the marathon, and with her 67 half marathon like shape, she's definitely going to run faster than what she's run. It's just a matter of, I guess, being on the start line fresh as opposed to a bit overdone.
It'd be great to see Izzy have a spell, come back, race do some specific training, maybe for some track stuff, and then transition across to a marathon block without having a full year of running, without any breaks behind her.
So you think we see her at Zatopek this week and then an exemption for World Cross Country? Is she on the World Cross Country team?
Don't know.
Don't put it past her.
But also she takes a break now.
Yeah, hopefully she takes a break.
Yeah.
We'll ask her too. I'm sure she'll start doing some media. We'll get her on the next couple of weeks when you're away, potentially, Moose.
Yeah.
Back on the World Cross Country stuff. So we spoke about Tommy last week. He was 6th at the trials, and we come up with a question like, Haftu potentially will put in the exemption and then take Tommy's spot. But what happens if Tommy actually beats Haftu at Valencia, which we said would make things quite interesting? Well, he's beaten him by 15 minutes. I know Haftu jogged it in, but it's got to count for something, doesn't it?
I don't think you can compare a marathon to 10K cross country.
Can you compare how people execute a race though, like in consistency?
Well, if you look at track record, Haftu was our top Aussie at the last World Cross.
True.
Jeez.
You know what you're getting with Tommy though, and he did show up to the trial. Haftu's like, hey, I'm putting all my eggs in the Valencia bucket, and then Tom goes, yeah, I'll also rock up there and beat you.
I love Tommy, but I'm picking Haftu in a 10K cross country over Tommy.
What's the date of the cross country?
It's the 10th of Jan. That's why I was actually surprised that, like, if Haftu does plan on doing cross, I was surprised that he actually finished the marathon.
Mm.
Yeah, if he stepped off at 25K, you're like, okay, he'll be right in 4 weeks' time. But I don't know.
We'd probably still be all right. Like him just jogging in at 2:26. I don't know. Like, don't know how cooked he was at the end.
Tommy pulls that well from marathons, Croaks. There's got to be some kind of, I know it's not in the criteria. Is it in the criteria? Like if you're outside of the top two, actually rocking up to the trials?
But I think if you're looking at the criteria, and as I said, I like Tommy. I've known Tommy for a long time. But if you're looking at the criteria of who's got more chance of finishing top 20 at World Cross, who's run faster over 10K, like a flat 10K on the road, half marathon PBs, Haftu is ahead of Tommy on all of those. Like, other than Tommy beating him in the marathon, where on like yesterday, where is Tommy ahead of Haftu in all of the criteria? Haftu beat him at Sydney Marathon.
Well, showing up and
actually running the trials has to be one of the dot points.
Yeah.
Watch this, but that team will have to get announced any day now.
Yeah.
Maybe they were waiting for the Valencia results.
I don't think that will.
That might be why Brett stepped off. He might be like, you know what, I'll just go run World Cross. He beats Tommy in all those categories too, doesn't he, Croaks?
Brett?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure Brett put in an exemption, though, for World Cross.
Could be some controversy in the Old Athletics Australia comments on the socials this week when that team gets dropped.
We'll see.
Our mates over there. Anyway, what else we got? That's Valencia. That's a wrap.
I got some news from the US. So the US held their cross-country championships on the weekend, which is also their trials for World Cross. So I'm going to read through who finished top 6 because they have a pretty clear cut. I believe you finish in the top 6, you're on the team, which is a pretty cool system. So in the men's, Parker Wolf got the win. Rocky Hansen, he finished second at the NCAA champs a few weeks back. He was second in this race as well. Wesley Kiptoo was third. Ahmed Mohammed was fourth. Nico Young, fifth. And Graham Blanks was sixth. In the women's, Wayne Kaladi was first. Katie Izzo, second. Edna Kurgat, third. Carissa Schweitzer, fourth. Emily Venters was fifth. And Grace Hartman was sixth. I believe Grace finished sixth at NCAA Cross as well. And then they had a 2K championship as well. And it was obviously top 2 women and top 2 men will make up that mixed relay team. So Gracie Morris and Sage Herder-Klecker were the top 2 in the women's, and Ethan Strand and Wes Porter were the top 2 in the men. So
coverage was amazing too, wasn't it?
I didn't see it.
Jeff was up and about with the coverage.
I reckon I'm back in Australia in the mixed relay over the US there.
Oh yeah, we'll smack them up. They'll get us maybe in the their men's team's pretty strong. Our ladies will smack their ladies up as well. Is it first 6 across the line or first 4 that counts for points?
I think it's first 4. I was talking about the mixed relay.
Yeah, I know. I was saying we're going to smack them in the mixed relay, and we're going to smack them in the women's race. And our boys might have a bit of work on their hands to do, but it depends if Tommy DeCano's in the team or not. Because I wouldn't mind seeing Tommy DeCano up against Nico Young.
Yeah.
Go out there and teach Nico Young some lessons, Tommy. Bloke hasn't worked a day in his life. Nico Young, and you're talking about a bloke that owns about 5 businesses, got a couple of kids, works 70 hours a week, has to commute to get to school.
Caught the bus down to World Cross Trial.
Yeah, caught the bus there. Just trying to save some money to buy a Kia Sportage. See how your elbows go in your ribs, Nico Young, when Tommy DeCano's next to you, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway, Glenn Johnson just responded. He said, I hope he doesn't mind me reading text messages out on the air. Very close conversation. I still lean to Lisa Ondieki. An Olympic silver medal is pretty good tiebreaker. Both South Australian born, so I'll steal a line from another great crow eater and say they were both special. Do you know who he's referring to?
Bruce.
Yeah, good work, Craigs. Wasn't sure if that would go over your head or not. Do
Bit
you get
more
it, Bruce?
US.
I got it.
Yeah, Bruce McAvaney, famous commentator, also South Australian born.
Yeah.
Just in case you weren't aware. New Zealand, Craigs.
No, a bit more US
Oh, yeah.
news. Josh Hoey breaks the 600-meter world indoor record. So he ran 72.84 to take almost a second off Donovan Brazier's old record. And it was only 0.03 off the outdoor world record held by Johnny Gray, which was set back in 1986. Which obviously 600-meter world records are a bit of a, I guess, Mickey Mouse. Like it's not an event that many people race. Although I did have a look at the all-time list, and Rhodesia has run like a 600, and he doesn't hold the world record.
Okay.
I think he's second. Maybe
Be a bit of an out of season thing, Croaks, or you reckon you see it happen? Like, do you remember like when some of the Diamond Leagues would have like the hour race, things like that? You see it pop up at a Diamond League sometimes?
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems weird that like here's a guy that raced all track season, and he's now like hammering to run world records in December.
He also raced all indoor season too. Like he was a world champ, wasn't he?
It's like,
indoor champ.
Do you like talking about sort of Izzy having a break? Like, does this guy need a break?
He sacked his coach though. After he had a breakthrough year, sacks his coach in Justin Rinaldi and just keeps hammering.
Yeah.
There was the Spectacle Elite Road Mile over in New Zealand. This happens every year, about this time of the year. A couple of Aussies usually go over there. Women start first, and then the men start at 33 seconds behind, and you try to catch them. And then I assume there's some prize money for first to cross the line, and then they do gender categories as well. Sam Tanner, say his name a lot when you start talking about New Zealand results. 402. Festus Legat was second, 403. And Jack Anstey was 403 as well. Really good video, crossing the line pretty close together. Sarah Billings, so the men did catch the women. Sarah Billings was the first female in 439. Georgie Grech was second in 440. See, she's in the Nike Pro Kit now, fellas. She's got herself a sponsor. Georgia Griffiths was third in 444. And the last bit of news is Jakob Ingebrigtsen out of European Cross Country Championships, which is not good for Jakob. Got back rolling, got himself to world champs. Wasn't the Jakob we know, but was still good to see him racing, build some momentum off that. And then all of a sudden has to withdraw from the European Cross Country Championships, which got me thinking, fellas, the more YouTube you do, the bigger chance you are to get injured. I'm telling you.
I don't think he's injured though for this one. I think it was more that I thought I read somewhere that he's just pulled out because it's like, I'm not really ready. I may as well just get myself right 100% for the next year, which I sort of like. Like I reckon he's got bigger fish to fry than a European Cross title, which he's won. I don't know how many of them he's won. Heaps.
Would have been good to see him at World Cross as well, though. He's a big name. Draws the crowd.
We could probably still. I don't know. He might go to that one.
I'll check with Chris on the next monthly. See, Chris ran like 2:31 at Valencia. I thought he was doing his long run or something. I didn't even bother putting him in my tracker, and then it popped up on Strava. I'm like, Chriso.
Didn't he? Isn't that a case for how bad his training is? When he can go out and do that off no training, and then he spends like months and months doing this ultra technical lactate testing shit, and he goes and fucking runs 2:34 doing that.
Yeah, I think he had a couple of toilet stops as well. Anyway, he'll defend himself on the next monthly. Thanks to Axel Coffee for this week's running news. Check them out at axelcoffee.com.au. Whispers, boys, what do you got for me? It's blank. I haven't got anything. Have I? Have I told you anything the last week?
What have I got?
You have something, Moose.
It's not a whisper. I've got it. NASA's changing, so the AA, how they support athletes, I believe they're looking at so like for example the marathon, instead of having like each like athlete by let me read it out because it's worded where I should be able to
Are you allowed to read this out? Like, have you been contacted?
Yeah, it's on their website. It's on their website. Yeah, I got the email today. Ali told me the other day. It said, additionally, there is a new NAS for marathon athletes policy, which you can view on AA website. Athletes who are identified as Olympic team-capable marathon athletes will be considered in NAS for marathon. This number will normally be no more than 3 athletes for each event. In line with the requirement of the event, the NAS for marathon support through the SIS / what's the SIS, Croaks?
State Institute.
State Institute will be focused on physio, strength, and where possible physiology. So no more
cash.
than 3 athletes for each event.
No cash though.
No, it doesn't.
There'll be like medal potential to be on cash, don't you?
I don't think there would be any athlete on cash.
Jess Hull is going to be on.
The marathon. The marathon, yeah.
There's a couple of track people on cash.
Yes, there would be, and there'd be para athletes on cash, and there's field athletes on cash too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you're telling me not one marathon runner in Australia gets any cash from our national body to support?
Yeah.
But you get like, hey, we got free physio or free like dietitian, free gym, free strength coach, stuff like that.
So for instance, Ali's on NAS, and she's pretty much gone from like, they're actually very good with pregnancy stuff. So she's gone from pregnancy, and then she ran World Cross, I think. So she got like maybe better NAS, or like kept on NAS, and then she got another pregnancy exemption. So she's still on NAS, and she can go and get physio in Melbourne, or she can use the gym in Melbourne, or she can see the physiologist in Melbourne.
What happens if you're like Andy and Ali though, when you don't live in Melbourne?
Well, you got to go. You go.
They pay for your petrol?
No. No.
Oh, okay. Disadvantage living in the country then.
It is if you're on that program. So that's why, like, you know, Sinead, Brett, all those guys, they all used the heat room down at the VIS.
Mm.
And there's a gym down there they go to, and the physiologist is there so they can do testing and all that. So it's pretty handy if you live close by. You can get a fair bit of stuff from it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be 3 men, 3 women who will now be able to access that.
It says no more than 3.
Per gender or per event?
They don't even have to have 3.
It says this number will normally be no more than 3 athletes per each event.
Okay. So it's no use to like a Pat Tiernan, who's based in the States, any of those guys.
I think if you're a NAS athlete and you make a team, there is a different level of support. Because I had a fairly spirited conversation when I made the team. I'm not sure whether I talked about it on the podcast or not. So I had a pretty spirited discussion with the head coach. It was that older fella. What was his name, Craigs? You'd know. Who's the older coach there?
He's Australian?
Yeah, so he just left.
Craig Hilliard?
Craig Hilliard, that's him. Because NAS athletes made the Doha team, the World Champs team, and non-NAS athletes like I made the World Championships team. Now, if you were on the NAS program, you got $3,000 cash to go towards a training camp. If you were a non-NAS athlete, you got nothing. So,
What?
Yeah, exactly, right? So I call him up.
The rich get richer.
I said, what's going on here? Like, how does it make sense that someone who is already on support makes the exact same team that I do? This is my teammate. We're all equal, or we should be on this team. You're giving them $3,000 and you're giving me nothing. He's like, yes, yes, that's how NAS works. Like we support those that we think are going to perform better, rah, rah, rah. I said, we're on the same team. We got picked for the same Australian team. Those guys over there get $3,000. I get nothing. How is that fair? How do you expect someone to be able to move up when you're not supporting those that aren't? Like, I made the team. What more do you fucking want from me? And it was a fairly heated discussion. and I was a nobody, right? I'd fucking scraped in, but I'm not some fucking 18-year-old kid either. Like, I looked at this as a 30, I don't know, where was it, 33 or something, and I'm like, this is bullshit. This is fucking awful policy, and I don't think they'd really been called out on it before. So I enjoyed that, and his argument was, this is how it's always been done.
Oh yeah.
This is where sometimes, and so the way the funding works is often the people that don't need the money are the ones that get it. So look, for example, like Nicola Olaslagers, right? She's our top athlete. She would be making good money through her sponsors, through appearance fees, through prize money, but she would be on the highest tier of NAS, and she probably doesn't need the NAS money, but that could make a really big difference for an athlete that hasn't made it. But then if she doesn't get that money, then she would say, well, why is this athlete who has done nothing compared to me, why are they getting $10,000 and I get nothing because I've so-called made it?
Yeah.
So it's a tough one.
What are the pay scales? How much is it?
Oh, I can't remember exactly. I remember podium potential, or like it was like gold medal. Maybe was like 70 grand a year or something.
70. Okay.
I think it was about that. Jeez, that was a while ago when I saw that though.
Could be 100 now. You're telling me.
No, I don't know what it is now. That's what I'm telling you.
It should be available. Should someone look it up? Let us
No,
know.
it is available for sure. The policy
okay.
would be absolutely available. Yeah.
Yeah, as you see, Croaks, that's like if you're already on 100 with your brand and then you got a, 15 or 20 grand watch sponsor and then prize money and then appearance fees and then your federation's flicking your 100 as well. You got to be one of the best in the world though. This ain't easy. Good whisper and moose. Love that old story from 2019.
Just remember it now, getting mad actually.
You're kind of moose on the loose, Dad. Have you got? Oh yeah.
No, well, I don't. I'm going to talk to you about something though.
Yeah.
So, for a long time now, the podcast and the running company, Geelong and Torquay, there's been nothing official as a relationship here. And I kept seeing you guys wear terrible shoes, and Croaks has only worn free shit that he's ever been given, and some of the stuff he wears is like 8 years old. I remember you put a photo up the other day, Croaks, and it was like every single bit of kit on you was something that had been given to you for free.
Is it the World Cross Country Champs? It's like
probably
Lululemon hat. It's like a Say Sky t-shirt.
Well, you see, Moose, why am I buying shoes? I've got a garage full of shoes. Why am I buying shoes? I've got a garage full of them.
I'm not talking just about shoes. You're wearing like socks from 15 years ago that you're free.
Yeah, those Lululemon socks, Croaks. We got them in like 2021.
I'm actually wearing the CEP socks that you sent me, Moose. Thanks for those. They're good.
Yeah, no problems, fellas. Yeah, didn't know if you got them actually.
Actually, yeah.
Just going to check in, see if you got them.
No, they're very good.
I haven't been much running, Moose, so mine haven't been opened yet, but I'll let you know when.
Do you know what? Here's a throwback. Those socks, that brand, they were the first bit of kit we ever received on this show.
Episode 1, I reckon it was.
No, it was more than that. It was like episode 20. We did a 15-minute sock review for a free pair of socks.
And we thought we'd made it too.
How good is this? A free pair of socks, fellas.
This was unofficial too. Like I still think they're one of the best socks in the industry. And to be fair to what you got sent, I did ask for a few different alternate colors and heights, but I got sent the free sample pack. So you got a few different varieties in there than what I asked for, but whatever. But we're going to link up, boys. We're going to do a partnership. So the podcast, actually, Zach has put a bit of effort into this. We've got a page now. It's called Our Favorites, Shop Our Favorites. And often we talk about stuff on here. So last week, what were you guys banging on about? Oh, we had the Mizuno Hyperwatt Pure review. You guys
I did strides in that today. That is a great shoe.
Yeah, it's actually it's hit a niche, that shoe. It's hit a niche that was missing. Someone who wants to run fast but doesn't want to feel like they're in space boots. Like it's good shoe. I was super surprised that I liked it so much when I did my track race. But anyway, it used to be a bit of a disconnect between like you would talk about it, where would they get them from, rah, rah, rah. And then how would a listener want to support the podcast? Well, the listener can support a podcast by shopping through the favorites page. So if you click on this link, it's insiderunningpodcast.com and /shop our favorites. But you go to the main website, you'll find it there better. All our sponsors are in there.
Link it in all our bios. Yeah, because this comes up all the time. Someone will be like, hey, what's the code again for NordVPN or Saley or Precision? And you're like, oh, doing a lot of back and forth, kind of sharing these codes. Shocks, all those kind of things, partners we've worked with.
Exactly that. So if you go on there, you can sort of see, I'm clicking through now. There's a Say Sky link. There's a Axel Coffee, Run the Tan, Buff to Boat, Travel, NordVPN, all this sort of stuff. All the stuff's on there. But there's also a link here where you can order product from a select curated product list from the running company Geelong and Torquay. And if you do that, Inside Running Podcast gets supported. They get a little kickback there. And that means that if you're not a Patreon or you just go, hey, I need some new shoes, why don't I just get it through this link rather than go through one of the big company websites where that doesn't give anything back to the local community, boys, or doesn't put a podcast on every week for everybody to have a chat about and listen to. This came after that big rant the other day where I'm like, why? People might want to actually go to a local running store, but they just don't know how. Well, this is a way that you can. So you can jump on here and you can order through a form here. Now, what happens with this form?
Jeez,
type
just
in.
To pause it. You and Zach have done some work here. This is looking really good.
Well, Jimmy did a lot
Jimmy,
here.
is it?
Jimmy's been on this.
Yeah, getting twins.
We're a team. So if you click on it, then you put your info in, what you're right. This is going straight to Jimmy Friend's desk. And Jimmy Friend doesn't like leaving his desk, boys. So he is going to be on that desk reading these emails going, oh, Adam wants a pair of Nike Vomero Plus. Bang. We've got these 3 colors, Adam, in your size here. Where do you live? We do free shipping on that. We'll get it to you today. Here's a link for payment. And then Inside Running goes, oh, thanks for the support. Glad you find some value in our show. A little bit like Patreon. And then we're going to be offering some special stuff here. Like a lot of hard to release stuff comes out now in the running world, which is pretty cool. So we might even do a few little access pages here. But what's good for the loose moose and the extra elite patrons, get 10% off. So as a thank you from myself, basically, not you boys aren't really contributing to this at all. In fact, you're gaining from this. Patrons support us. They keep us going. You say, keep the lights on here. We wouldn't be where we were without the patrons. And so as a little thank you, then the store, the running company Geelong /Torquay, we'll reward you with a 10% discount for being such good members and supporters of our show.
So, Moose, I'm just looking at this. So you want the new Metaspeed Tokyo colorway, which Jess Stenson ran in yesterday, the lime green. You go to the website, you click on the running company link, you fill out your details. They're there, so you just tick if you want the edge or the sky. You hit submit at the bottom there after you put all your details in. Jimmy Friend contacts you. Shoes are on the way.
Yes, exactly that. Done.
Contact them via emails and call them up.
Either or, but email's better.
Isn't that it's like a Google Doc?
Yeah, so the Google form gets sent to Jimmy.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's like, gets there in the morning, 9 a.m., opens the inbox. Oh, here's Adam. Oh, we'll get you those shoes. They'll be out of the door by 10 a.m. And you can ask for anything you want, to be honest. Say you want something that's not on the website, Jimmy will find it for you.
Yeah, text message it says here. After the order has been placed, you'll receive a payment link via text message to process your payment. Once this is complete, your order will be shipped. How good's that?
Direct feed to Jimmy, that text. Don't hit him up. That actually goes to my computer at night. So if we got a couple we got some people that get on the wines and start texting us at fucking 10 p.m. at night. It's good value, actually. There's some funny stuff that comes out of that.
Very good. That's exciting, Moose. And then, so if you were a Patreon supporter as well, you'd save yourself 10% on a $400 pair of shoes, $40 off, just like that.
I'm bloody, with your cut out of this, I'm losing money on that. But it's it's not about me. It's a reward for the reward for the
Patreon supporters.
Because we love the patrons. I've been thinking about that lately. That is they are the lifeblood of our show.
They are. We do work with brands, obviously as well, but the patrons have been there since day one before brand deals come along. And that's how this has become a 423 that what we're up to? Yeah, 423 episode, continuous thing. So a massive thanks to those patrons, boys. Good initiative, Moose. Thank you for walking us through that. Have you got a Moose on the loose?
I don't think so. Nah, I think, you know what? I reckon I'm going to be a much calmer person going forward. I reckon there's just a bit more sort of perspective in my life now. And I wake up, this special thing, these little humans. One, like, just as soon as they touch you, you're like, this is what it's all about. You know what I've been thinking lately? I wish I had kids 10 years ago. 15 years ago, I wish I had kids.
So you could have more of them, or you just had more energy and stuff for them.
More energy when they're older. I'm like, I wish I was 35 when they were like 12. And
I'm the same, Moose. I like, how cool would it be? Because I actually bumped into a guy who I was at college with at uni. He's maybe 2 years above me, 3 years. And, his kids are like 18 now. And it's like, go to the pub with your kids. Like,
that is crazy. Imagine,
pretty cool, yeah.
It is cool.
And here I've got like a 5 and a 7-year-old running around.
Yeah, the old man at drop off now. Yeah. Is that grandpa or dad?
Nah, but he still looks young. Even Nita was telling me how good your calves looked up at Stromlo Croaks. Oh. It's like Croaks looks like an Olympic athlete the way his calf definition is. Anyway, good one. Listen to the question, Croaks. What are we going with?
All right. This episode's list of questions proudly brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. And we'll go with, what are your top 10 Australian road races? And that comes from Dan Waddington. So I don't know how we classify this in terms of, like fastest courses, best environment?
Said favourite. So favourite could be anything like that. It could be, I reckon we've got to write them down. Brady, you writing them down?
No, that's what I'm actually doing with pen and paper. I am going with, hey, Chriso from Norway comes to Australia for the year. What are the 10 races he has to do or has to go be a part of?
Oh, yeah, good.
Something like that. Like, so that's what I'm going to go with.
This is not a top 10 either. This is 10 of the best.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw in, if Chriso's coming to Australia, he has to do City to Surf.
Ooh. Yeah, got to be in the top 10.
It's iconic.
City to Bay then, because that is one of the best road races in Australia.
How many times have we done City to Bay between the three of us over the years?
I've done it once.
Yeah, so once.
I've never done it.
I've never done it.
It's a great race.
I know, but I've never had maybe it's the time of the year. I've never sat there and go, you know what, I'm going to go to City to Bay this year.
Reserve
I'll write it down, but I'll put a bit of a question mark.
Not in the top 10 yet. Do you reckon you on this sheet and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Just visually, I want to see them written like that. You definitely need to be going. It should be the top of the list now after it's been a major. You want to be involved with Sydney Marathon.
Done.
Yep.
Have we tick that off? Gold Coast is the second best marathon experience in Australia. Organisation, vibes, crowd support.
Gold Coast, put it down. Melbourne Marathon, put it down.
Melbourne, did you say?
Yep.
Yeah, Melbourne finishing on the MCG is pretty special.
It's not officially a road race, but Roo Run has got to be high.
Yeah. I was going to use that gag with Sweatburst Steve.
It's not a road race.
You've got in too quick.
What else?
Launceston Running Festival is a well organised event.
Yeah.
Fast courses.
Noosa Bolt.
Yeah. Not everyone can do Noosa Bolt. Chriso wouldn't get into Noosa Bolt.
I think it's sub 17 minutes.
The atmosphere of Noosa Bolt is pretty cool.
All right, Noosa Bolt.
Are we at 10 yet?
No way.
So we've got City to Surf, Sydney Marathon, Gold Coast, Melbourne. So Noosa. So we're at 5. City Bay's a maybe.
Ballarat?
Nah, I don't reckon Ballarat makes it yet. It could do. It's a maybe. You've obviously had great experiences there.
Yeah, it's got a soft spot in my heart.
I mean, Great Ocean Road is the most scenic marathon in the world. If we're going to, Great Ocean Road
it's pretty unique too.
Has to be there before Ballarat, I would say.
Do we give the Western Australians any love at all? Is it worth the plane trip?
I was thinking that, but I couldn't pick one. Like, they got the City to Surf there. Is that what it's called?
Chevron City to Surf, wasn't it used to be called? Something like that.
Perth Marathon. I don't think people are travelling for that.
Got one for you, boys. Point to Pinnacle. Not sure how good Chriso is on the roads. I know we haven't done it between us, but it has been. I think it's the most the biggest road race in Tasmania now. Unique. Do you putting that on top of like a Burnie 10?
Bernie 10's pretty good too. We've got to get to 10. We're only on 5. Put down
You know-
Great Ocean Road. Lock that in.
You know what you could put due to its like significance and people talk about it? Run the 10. Does Chriso punch
It's not a road
fast?
race. It's not a road race.
Oh, we're getting into the specifics here, but Chriso probably wants to put a time around the 10 on the board, so he stacks up against Craig Mottram and Stewie.
It's a great concept. Run the 10.
Yeah, or even if he just does a leg at the 10 relays, I just think he needs to punch a quick lap around there.
But don't put that down because it's not a road race.
Okay.
Albert Park 10K is pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to say Sydney 10 as well.
It's pretty, mate. Sydney 10 does not compare.
It doesn't compare.
Go run
Sydney
31
10.
minutes and come 6th.
Hey, you get to run past the Olympic Stadium.
You're just doing laps of a car park, Croaks. You're talking about Albert Park 10K or Lakeside 10 due to the depth moves?
Oh, the depth, but also it's also the depth is pretty much it, but it's deep for rec runners too. So it's not just a cross country field.
So we've got City to Surf, Sydney Marathon, Gold Coast, Melbourne, Noosa Bolt, and then
Great Ocean Road,
Point to Pinnacle, City Bay.
You got Launceston?
Albert Park 10, and then Launceston.
You got to give one to the Tasmanian road race.
Actually, Launceston.
You got to go Lonnie or Bernie, one of them.
Because
Lonnie's the first one here. Now it's got a half marathon as well.
Yeah. Launceston 10 is quick.
All right, Launceston. We've put down Lonnie. I'm happy with that.
I've got 8 locks on my piece of paper here. We need 2 more locks, and it could be City to Bay.
City to Bay is in.
Point to Pinnacle.
City to Bay is huge over there, and it gets a very, very good field.
And you need to tick off a new state. Like Chris needs to go visit Izzy and Jess and, that kind of thing.
I've got 10.
Yeah, you've locked in Point to Pinnacle. I didn't have that locked in.
Okay, yeah.
That would make it 10, and it would make
Point
it 2 in Tasmania.
Point to Pinnacle's quite niche.
We're not missing anything, are we? I feel like we're Queensland other than
the sunny coast.
Sunshine Coast, Noosa, Bolt, Gold Coast. Brisbane, nothing in Brisbane, is there? Not really.
Yeah, run the bridge, but I'm not sure it's up there. Don't think it rates.
Right in, listeners, Patreon supporters.
We're gonna get cooked on this.
No, I think we've done a pretty good job, but we would have missed something.
WA guy's gonna cook us.
No, we brought it up. We said we're not making the flight.
Oh.
There's
a City to Surf in
Darwin.
Surf to Surf, is it? Yeah, the Darwin one.
That Puff and Billy go race against the steam engine.
No, I'm happy there. I reckon we've done that.
I reckon we got it.
I reckon we've done that well.
Good.
Christo's going to be cooked trying to do those races.
That's normal for Christo. He's cooked 12 months of the year.
When's he coming anyway?
He's got a bid for Sydney.
Oh, no,
I don't know if he's got one. I don't think he's actually got one in the ballot, but he knows.
Hey, I got a bid for Sydney too.
Did you in the ballot?
Nah, sponsor.
No, just use his 214.
Elite entry, boys. Front tables.
What do you mean sponsor?
ASIC sponsor it.
Oh yeah, they're looking after you.
It's called the back door, mate.
Oh, you'll be well prepared off 30k weeks with looking after the twins.
I tell you, I'm going to London as well.
That with ASICs as well.
No, it's with Puma, but I don't have an entry yet for that.
Oh, London Marathon.
Yeah.
Are you going to do the race?
I love how he's like, oh yeah, life is about to change. Boys, I'm off to London.
Someone's going to pay the bills, mate.
Running Sydney Marathon.
Mortgage doesn't pay itself. I don't know what it probably does up in Canberra, but it doesn't down here. You need men on the ground. I'm the man on the ground. I've still got to do some work.
Yeah. Good luck to Bri looking after 3 kids while Moose is in London.
They'll be 4 months. They'll be nearly walking by then.
Pints of Guinness over there. That was the listener question thanking Precision Fuel and Hydration. Visit precisionhydration.com and use the code IR-SPRING2025, 15% off your first order. If you can't remember that code, go to insiderunningpodcast.com and you will be able to shop our favourites on there. What's coming up, boys? Zatopek. Is it just me or has it been a bit low on the, because On don't have it anymore? Has it been a bit low on the height build? Or is it just me being overseas and paying attention to other things?
No, I haven't seen too much other than I saw, I think I searched for a link to find the start list.
It's got to go back old school. There's no live music and stuff, is there?
Not sure.
It's going to be back old school.
Don't know. I was if the babies are still in the hospital, I was thinking about going up.
Is this Saturday night, is it?
Yeah. In fact, if the baby, I will go up. If the kids are in the hospital, I'm up there. I'm going to go watch Ali's return race, proper comeback.
Mate, she's come back already and won Melbourne 10K.
Proper race.
She ready to go?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
The women's field includes, these are going to be the threats to her: Jenny Blundell, Holly Campbell, Georgie Gregic,
Leanne Pompiani.
It's a pretty good field when you look at it.
I'm just going down, Croaks. I'm going to get to Leanne. Just relax. Bronte Oates, Ali Pashley, Leanne Pompiani, Lauren Ryan.
Yeah, look.
Ruby Smee. It's going to be hard. We'll see Lauren Ryan doing all the golf ambassador stuff.
So
Callaway.
So here's a Lauren Ryan story. I was watching the golf like pretty much all weekend. Like I was really into the Australian Open, and because I saw her like Instagram stuff, and then the guy who won was Dutch, I think. Anyway, he done his last putt, was walking off the green, and next thing, Lauren Ryan sort of jumps out, and he gives her his hat, and then gets a hug. It was like, I'm like, Viv, it's Lauren Ryan. It's like, literally, the guy had been off the green for like 10 seconds.
What's he? So, is it a boyfriend or something?
No, I don't think so. So I don't know whether she actually knew him or not, or whether she was just some big fan that wanted his hat.
She's doing like legit promos. She's like she's in the sand and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's doing stuff with like Callaway.
I think she's an ambassador for Callaway.
Yeah, I've seen her swinging the clubs before in some promo stuff. Which that's a good. Like it's an interesting collab. 10K track runner and a golf brand.
Yeah, Denmark, the guy is where he's from. It was great finish, by the way.
Yeah. The main head-to-head is going to be Leanne Lauren. We're expecting anyone else to challenge for the win. We're going that's the top two, and then this 2 through to 6.
Was that Holly Campbell?
Holly Campbell, yeah. She had a really good year the year I commentated. Like she was still with them, and she actually
write her off. I really wouldn't write her off. She's got some wild card aspects to her.
Usually only see her 2 or 3 times a year, and this is usually one of the weekends as well. Like Jeremy Roth still coach her, Croaks?
Yeah, he does. Who goes in favourite here though, out of Lauren and Leanne?
Yeah.
Like I think Lauren probably goes in favourite given what she's actually done at 10,000 metres on the track.
On paper,
and she can kick. She can kick down. Yeah.
On paper she does, but I'm backing Leanne.
Yeah, but Leanne has to win it the hard way, Moose.
Leanne's winning it, mate. I'm slabbing up here.
The slab I lost on Brett Robinson under 209.45. Can we go, I owe you 2 slabs or I owe you none?
Double or nothing. I'm taking Leanne for sure.
I take the field or just Lauren?
No, you got Lauren.
Okay, I'm very confident. As long as she hasn't been like on the beers at this golf day stuff, correct? So I might have to do some more digging.
I guess that's the problem with like this time of year. Somebody who's competed at the World Champs would potentially have a bit of a break.
Yeah, I love that. And then that's good.
Build up.
Oh yeah, just look at how she's gone the last 2 years in Zadabek. She's beaten Rose Davies in a kickdown, and then she got beaten by Rose Davies. Yeah, cool. I don't know, similar to when we were talking about Morgan McDonald last week. I think being based in America, some people forget how good Lauren Ryan is.
Yeah, I know.
Her PB's 30-35.
Yeah.
Yep.
30-35.
Yeah, Leanne could run that.
Yeah, she could. But I think Leanne's got to go to the front with 8 laps to go and make life hell for Lauren.
Yeah.
And it's not like she's just a good speed one. She can run 30-35. She's strong as well.
Yeah, no, I know.
We'll do a poll on our Instagram. I feel like that's a good bet for me, Croaks, to try and get me out of slab debt.
Who are you taking there, Croaks?
As I said, I reckon, well, if Lauren has maintained fitness since the World Champs, I think she goes in favourite. because she's just got the wheels. Like Leanne hasn't run. What's a 5K PB? Is Leanne's 5K PB like 15:15? That's Lauren's 10K pace.
Yeah, it's your training partner. You should know these things off the top of your head.
Yes, so I reckon it's around that for Leanne, 15:15 ish.
What about the New Zealander, Georgie Gregic?
Yeah, she's another
She's
wild card.
15:03.
She is a wild card. There's a bit of a game, like, is Ali top 5? Threw it out there in the message group the other day. It's going to be a good top 5.
Top 5's got to be hard. Bronte Oates. Is Bronte Oates the same Bronte Oates we saw at Sea Surf? Just
Don't
dropped
think
off
so.
a tiny bit, like still running a really high level.
Well, even World Student Games, like she was running really well over there, and then came back and ran quite well.
One national cross, but then it was World Cross Country Trials and...
Well, she got injured because she pulled out of Melbourne 10K.
So maybe just still returning to form.
Yeah.
I think also she's come up against some quality competition lately.
Yeah.
As well. So, like, Leanne's not running City to Surf. She won, obviously, City to Surf, and we said, oh, who's this? But yeah, she ran Zatopek last year. That's where she really stood out to me, actually. Bronte Oates. She was in the front pack until things got meaty. But yeah, I feel like she started racing events with a higher caliber field, like down in Tassie at Burnie and then...
Yeah, that's right, Burnie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Leanne, got away from her at that 4.5K mark. That's going to be a good race. So, have you going, Ali, yes or no for top 5?
Yes.
Okay.
She's a beast. You guys forget she's an animal.
I haven't forgotten.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people would if she's an animal.
Croaks has forgotten. See, she was in Moama training camp.
Well, 5, like, I tell you what, you've got to be going pretty well to run top 5 because, like, you got Lauren, Leanne, Georgie, Holly, and then I suppose maybe 5ths open up. But
that's
that.
You got to beat
Jenny.
You got to beat some people.
Yeah, you got to beat either Bronte, Jenny, Georgie. Like, yeah, definitely.
All right, put a watch on top 5, Ali Pashley as well. The men's race, let me go through the players in this race from the top. Liam Buden, Matthew Buckle, Ollie Chignall. He'll be Sam Clifford, the national record holder over 10K. Did not compete at the World Cross Country Trial, so eyes might be on this prize, fellas. Zach Faccioni, who you spoke about last week, Croaks, didn't start because an incident in the warm-up there, maybe fainted or something. Adam Goddard, beast on the roads, also didn't compete World Cross Country Trials, so expect him to come in fit. Ed Goddard, that's a name I haven't read out for ages. What has Ed done this year? I have not seen his name in any results this year. Isaac Hayne is in form. Ed Marks, Stewie McSwain, Seth O'Donnell, Jack Rayner, Jimmy Whelan. The winner comes from the list of those names, boys. Apologies if I didn't read your name out. I don't think you're going to be in the top 5. But you can see all these lists on the AthVic website.
Top 3 is going to be a battle.
Seth, 10K on the track. Jack, Stewie,
Ed Marks.
What about our man, Jimmy Whelan?
Yeah, and Jimmy.
Did you see he shaved his head and bleached it?
Did see that.
Looks good. Boys in Singapore didn't rate it though. I showed them when I was eating breakfast with it. They said, oh, I had beautiful long hair. Should have kept the long hair.
Oh, nah. I like it. I kind of like it. Showing some character.
Yeah. Ollie Chignall had a good race here last year, the New Zealander.
I'm going Jack Rayner. Jack Rayner knows how to win Zatopek, boys.
I feel like MTC needs a win this weekend after Valencia as well.
Yeah, Jack surprises people at Zatopek. He's good.
He is the national record holder for a reason.
He's won 3 of them.
What about Stewie?
Yeah, Stewie's...
Did you see Stewie at Melbourne half?
We've need to see some form for Stewie before we back him in, mate.
See, he was running with Archie Reid on the weekend on Strava.
I saw Archie's Strava.
Archie put up saying, long run with Stewie. Imagine going from chatting to me for 2 hours on a long run to chatting to Stewie for 2 hours. Could not compare them. Goes from not being able to get a word in to having to make conversation with Stewie.
Why? What are you
Head
saying?
marks?
Stewie's not.
He's a lot more quieter than I am, Stu.
Yeah.
A lot more reserved. Sam Clifford, you can't go past. Well, this is a race, fellas. This is a race. Seth?
I think Seth will be pretty hard to beat, I reckon.
You know he's going to make it hard for you too. There's none of this stuff like, remember the Brett Robinson move last year and Jack just kind of ignored it? If that happens and Seth does it, you ain't ignoring it.
I think this will be one of, if Jack does win, this will be one of the hardest years for him to win it. Like, there was those couple of years where he out-kicked people, like Pat Tiernan sort of went to the front and did all the work, and then he out-kicked him. Who else did he kicked it over the top of somebody else another year. But I feel like this time around, there's guys that can probably kick just as well as Jack.
And he's the only one who has a marathon in his legs in the last 2 months. So like if he's had a break and then got going again, because remember he had the long track season and then he pretty much finished. Like he had the world champs and then he went to Melbourne Marathon and had like a 2-week build. So he must have had 2 or 3 weeks off there. And he's probably hitting this with some momentum.
Well, you can pick others. Go on. Pick
I have.
others then.
Seth O'Donnell. O'Donnell for me.
Croaks is going the same?
Yeah, I'm thinking Seth.
All right.
Pitch Julie Croaks just so we got 3 different people.
All
the action. Adam Goddard, put a watch on him. All the action. What? We don't have start times on this thing. Surely they put start times. What time's it start? They're the last 2 events of the night. Women first, event 17. Men, event 18. If you're in Melbourne, get down there. Get down there and watch Satterpack. One of the greatest track races you see on Australian soil each and every year.
How about there's only 15 females in the 10K and there's 28 males?
That's qualifying times.
Yeah. Is it? You reckon that's it?
Maybe. There are qualifying times to get in and maybe there's not enough females to... We just think a lot of our best 10K runners are also marathoners.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm looking at...
What was the qualifying time the year you ran, Moose?
Very good.
Good, Moose. Good, Croaks. What was your fastest time at Zatopek, Croaks?
In super shoes or traditional spikes?
Yeah, good one.
No, what was it?
29:48.
I don't reckon they should let blokes in running. I think they should pull you off the track if you're over 29:30.
Nah, 29:35.
You're getting lapped like 3 times, Croaks.
29:35 should be the cutoff. I ran 29:34.
If you're getting lapped more than once, get off the track.
Yeah,
I don't think I did get lapped. I didn't get lapped twice.
Once you're lapped once, you've got until they pass you again, then you've got to get off the track.
Yeah, I didn't get lapped twice.
Oh, do you really?
No, that should be the rule.
Oh, fucking no. There's a B grade race on Thursday, Croaks, for blokes like you.
Can you do the maths on that, Croaks? I want to see if you did get lapped twice.
No, I didn't get lapped twice.
I reckon you did.
I nearly got lapped twice. The year I did it, Stewie and Pat Tiernan were coming down the straight to finish, and I had 770 metres to go.
No, you probably didn't, but it would have been close.
Actually, they ran the Australian record that night, so that's probably fast year. There's also a road mile in Hawaii that has $10,000 prize money. Women get a head start, similar to that one in New Zealand. We've got Ollie Hoare, Geordie Beamish, Hobbs Kessler, Nagoose, Hoey. They're all going around for a road mile. Mustn't be any females in the race because Croaks hasn't bothered listing any females.
Hates females, doesn't he?
No, I was going to click on the link.
You're stitching us up here,
read
Croaks.
them out.
Croaks hates females.
Croaks, I'm going to give you a shift on the Instagram next week where you report right back to all these unhappy people.
What about
There's me and Brady been copping it lately.
So we've got Sage Herdeklecker.
I had a constructive back and forth on our Instagram during the week.
Sinclair Johnson, Wayne Kaladi.
This is a loaded field, Croaks.
Susan Ajore Sanders, Nikki Hiltz. Yeah.
Yeah, good to know there's some females racing as well.
There's other men as well. Neil Gawley, Donovan Brazier.
Just went through the favourites.
Yeah.
Your favourites.
No, I just wrote down a few.
Okay. That is the show. A long one. 2 hours 25. What do you got coming up between now and next week, Croaks?
Zatopek. Watching Zatopek.
Zatopek will be good. Oh, well, we got to do an Instagram live? Weren't we going to do additional commentary? Wasn't that an idea, Moose?
We did, yeah. We thought about it, but I'm not sure how that actually works or not.
Yeah.
I don't know the logistics of that.
Where you just put the straight, yeah. No, it'd just be a matter of hitting Instagram live, accepting it for more than one person, and just talking about what you're seeing. When is it? Saturday night. Potentially. Watch this space.
No, that doesn't sound that good. You want to be able to watch the race at the same time.
That's what you should be doing.
Yeah, but like on the same.
So you've got your TV open, and then you've just got us on your phone, potentially. What are you doing, Moose?
Going to the hospital.
Hospital shift every day.
Every day.
And then to Zatopek Saturday night to cheer on Ali Pashley.
Hopefully. Well, I kind of hope that I'm not, because it means the boys will come home. So
yeah.
But it'd be good to be at Zatopek again.
Good luck with that. Maybe see how much an ice cream is. One of the earliest Moose on the Looses. A lot of people won't get that reference unless you're with us since day one.
And also what the beers they had serving there.
Beers, Pure Blonde.
Pure Blonde was the only beer you could get. Fuck me, that was bad, wasn't it? That was so grim.
That might be some of the stuff you cut out for Pia.
Yeah.
This is when I lost my shit about Pure Blonde being served. Boys, we're done. Thank you for listening, listeners. Patreon supporters, a lot coming your way. I'll try to get some stuff with Jess as well. I'll flick her a message, see if she wants to do some long form marathon Australian record chat. See you later. We're done.
See ya. Bye. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Inside Running Podcast, which was proudly brought to you by CD Joinery Bluff to Boat Ramp Fun Run. Come visit the stunning northwest coast of Tasmania and plan your ultimate runcation today. It's just 90 minutes from world-famous Cradle Mountain. Indulge in amazing local food and take on the Bluff to Boat Ramp Fun Run and race some of Australia's fastest. You can recover in style with a one-of-a-kind post-race sauna at Savu Saunas. Tasmania is calling. Will you answer? Enter today at blufftoboatramp.com.
Doesn't matter if it don't come back.